special attention to an amazing group of student athletes, our varsity cheer team. They continue to endure a challenge that is not of their making. I want to give a special shout out to each of our seniors who for the past 4 years have represented our school with style and grace and grit and excellence. We're going to continue to support them. Again, tonight at halftime, you'll see them doing only a fraction of what they're capable of, but we're so proud of them. We're proud of everyone who is here tonight. And we wish the best of luck to our seniors and to both squads in tonight's contest. Thank you for being here and enjoy our senior night.
All right, good deal. Terry's out, but in his place, got the big Maverick Bright coming in. I'm practicing with the lineman. Get cold up here? Yeah. Ronnie's fast, man. You ever see the on ESPN? He went to a baseball game, I think, with the football guys. And somebody hit a home run, so they're at Giant Stadium, AT&T Park, in the outfield. And there's the ball. And he lunges like 3 rows, catches it one. He made ESPN highlights. It was like, it ain't so much about the catch, but who that kid is. It's Kimmy Kardashian's cousin. Who's number 3? Mason Taylor. They've thrown to Jaden Noziel a bunch of times, either overthrowing, not connecting. doing the basketball stuff for Brian, and I'm like watching the game through here. I'm like, God dang. And then finally I look up, and I'm like, oh shit, I gotta move it. Brian would get these comments, you know, camera's not moving.
Did he fire you?
Nobody, I mean, it was only one game. Well, he did it like 3 games last year. But finally, after one game of like just watching the game, and go, oh shit, I gotta go.
Honestly, let me get the music. I told you it was on.
Hello everyone. Before tonight's game, we are honoring the 2023 Mission Prep Football and Cheer Seniors. Amazing careers from all these student athletes. Let's get right into it. Joseph Clipperton, escorted by Mom Monica, Dad John, baby brothers Vinny and Mark, Nana Mary, Papa Mark, Grandma Susie, Grandpa Doug, Uncles Neil and Michael, Aunt Alicia, and girlfriend Ava. Favorite memory, Camp Week 2022. Favorite Bible verse, Ezekiel 25:17. The path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the iniquities of the selfish and tyranny of evil men. Blessed is he who, in the name of charity and goodwill, shepherds the weak through the valley of the darkness. For he is truly his brother's keeper and finder of lost children. Words of wisdom for the underclassmen. Get in the weight room and do your homework. Joseph Clipperton. Lucas Elmerick, Mom Deanna, Dad Jeff, Grandma Linda, Uncles Chris and Scott. Auntie Lou and Godmother Lisa are walking with Lucas. Favorite memory, beating Bishop Diego earlier this season. Favorite Bible verse, Deuteronomy 31:6. Be strong and courageous. Do not fear or be in dread of them. For it is the Lord your God who goes with you. He will not leave you or forsake you. Words of wisdom. Enjoy the time you have playing football and don't forget to do your homework. Lucas Elmerick. Tristan Faralas. Mom Marlena. Sister Marissa. Brother Ethan. Uncle David. Friends Archie, Keith, and Grant. Favorite memory, made a tackle 30 yards in the backfield and looked over at my dad's face of shock, yelling, how did I get back there? Favorite Bible verse, Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ, which strengthens me. Words of wisdom, trust in those around you. to help achieve your best you. Tristan Faralas. Gabe Foster. Mom, Faith. Sister, Alex. Little brother, Mateo. Grandma, Loretta. Grandpa, Ray. Grandpa, Dave. Grandpa, Ian. Great-grandma, Chris. Favorite memory, beating San Ynez on their homecoming night. Bible verse, Romans 13, 9 through 10. Love your neighbor as yourself. Love does no wrong to others, so love fulfills the requirements of God's law. Words of wisdom, live in the moment, enjoy the little things, and make everyone smile as much as you can, because the brotherhood you built lasts forever. Gabe Foster. Drew Harrigan. Mom, Jennifer. Dad, Ryan. Brother, Jordan. Sisters, Alexis and Hannah, and the rest of the crew walking with him. Favorite memory, when we beat San Luis Obispo, sophomore year. Bible verse, Psalms 23:4. Yeah, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for God is with me. Words of wisdom, Mama's always right. Drew Harrigan. Connor Lopez, escorted by Mom Holly, Dad Joey, Brother Bryson, sisters Kayla and Aubrey. Favorite memory, my first high school football game. Bible verse, 1 Peter 5, 6 through 7. Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of God, so that at the proper time he may exalt you, casting all your anxieties on him, because he cares for you. Words of wisdom. Stay on top of your grades and be respectful to everyone you encounter. Connor Lopez. Escorted by Lilia, Mom, and Dad Johnny. Favorite memory, practicing in the rain last year. Bible verse, Proverbs 31:25. She is clothed with dignity and strength. She can laugh at the days to come. Words of wisdom, outgrowing people, places, and things is natural. Don't let it scare you, but embrace it and grow. This is what high school is meant for. Enjoy it before are thrown out to the real world. Savor every moment and live for the hope of it all. Alyssa Martinez. Gabe Rodriguez, escorted by Mom Sonia, Dad Gabe, Sister Samantha, Grandpa George, Grandma Armenta, Aunties Rosie, Karen, and Angelina, Uncle Georgie, and cousins Aubrey and Davian. Favorite memory, scoring a touchdown in the San Ynez game, which was last week. Bible verse, Isaiah 41:10. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Words of wisdom. Do your homework. Gabe Rodriguez. Drew Souza. Mom Elaine. Dad Rich. Brother Sam. Sister Sarah and Leah. Walking with them. Favorite memory. One-handed catch against San Ynez senior year. Last week. Favorite Bible verse. Isaiah 41:10. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Work as hard as you possibly can. Trust in God. Drew Souza. And finally, Luke Terry, escorted by Mom Annie, Dad Eric, and Sister Riley. Favorite memory, scoring on AAA pasture against BCHS. Bible verse, Proverbs 3:5 through 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. Words of wisdom. Don't take your time at mission for granted. Enjoy every moment you have playing football. Luke Terry. And one more round of applause for the 2023 Mission Prep Senior Football Class. And now to the 2023 Mission Prep Cheer Team. Maya Nielsen, escorted by Mom, Billie Jean, Dad Adam. Favorite memory, performing halftimes at games. Favorite Bible verse, 1 Corinthians 13:4-6. Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with truth. Words of wisdom, have fun and take chances. Maya Nielsen. Fiona Ritter, escorted by Mom Tamsin, Dad Trace. Favorite memory, flying on the sidelines and in halftime. Words of wisdom, if you never take the chance, you'll never know the outcome. Fiona Ritter. Chloe Stuckey, escorted by Mom Shelley, Dad Neil, Grandpa Clifford. Favorite memory, favorite memory this year was Kairos. It was an amazing experience and I really did learn a lot from it. Bible verse, Micah 7:8. For though I fall, I will rise again. Though I sit in darkness, the Lord will be my light. Words of wisdom, enjoy these years. You will miss them when they are gone. Chloe Stuckey. And last but not least, Olivia Vieira, escorted by Mom Michelle. Favorite memory, Friday Night Lights and performing halftimes during the games. Bible verse, 1 Corinthians 16:13-14. Be on your guard, stand firm in the faith. Be courageous, be strong, do everything in love. Words of wisdom, don't let opportunity slip through your fingers because you are afraid of what others might think. Take every chance that you are given to show people what you can do. Olivia Vieira. And one more round of applause to the 2023 Mission Prep Cheer Team Seniors.
Check, check. Hey, there we go. Back in business. See what happens when I set it up myself. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Brian Stanley. Let's go with the live stream here. Bring everything up. There we are. Bring everything up. Welcome for joining us. I'm Brian Stanley. This is the PSNtv pregame shows. We get settled in tonight. And tonight, I would normally say my partner in crime is Stephen Hodges, but tonight we have a celebrity guest, the man of legend around these parts. I don't know how much more I could build him up. Let me keep going here. He is the man among men who drives a beast of a van. He is the man of the year for volunteering at Mission Prep. He is the president of the Brian Stanley fan club, because there is only one fan club for Brian Stanley, and that is the Brian Stanley fan club. And not only is he a president, but he's the founding member. That is Kevin Dolan. Thank you, Kevin, for joining us tonight for tonight's broadcast between our Mission Prep Royals and the Nipomo Titans of Nipomo, California. How you doing, Kevin?
Brian, thanks for having me. When I got the call yesterday, hey, you want to host the game with me? That was a hard yes, an immediate yes. So I can't thank you enough for asking me. This is one of my lifelong dreams, is to be up in the broadcast booth announcing a game, being the color coordinator, with my good buddy Brian Stanley.
Well, you are color coordinated. I'm trying my best here. I think the pink is throwing the rest of my outfit off. It is pink night here at Spanos Stadium. As the Royals are sporting pink, I got the pink bandana, I got the pink necklace, and I got the rose-shaded, heart-shaped shades. And I'm ready to go here to call this broadcast tonight
You're styling.
in rose.
We'll get the love beads on.
But tonight's broadcast is your Mission Prep Royals, 1-0 in the Mountain League, looking to get into some heavy-hitting action with the Nipomo Titans. This is going to be the 8th meeting between these two squads since the inception of Nipomo High School in the early 2000s. Mission Prep holds a 2-game winning streak over Nipomo, dating back to that shortened spring 21 season. Neither team has won 3 games in a row, so this could be a first attempt at that, the second attempt at that for the Royals in this series, and the first successful attempt at a 3-game streak. Nipomo has never beaten a Mission Prep under head coach David Schuster when he's been at the helm. And last meeting was at Nipomo High School, and that meeting was a Mission Prep 49, Nipomo 12. Kevin?
Was that
you
that
were
game?
You were at that game.
I was at that game.
Because you are a Mission Prep faithful.
That's right. That was a big butt kicking for the Royals. They did not have. They The Nipomo didn't have any answer for Mission. They had JJ.
Mission Prep coming in with some heavy hitters tonight. The two main characters we're going to be looking at are going to be Drew Harrigan coming in tonight with a total of 2,836 career yards, 32 touchdowns on the offensive side of the ball. He already has 502 yards this season with 4 touchdowns. And then on the defensive side, we're looking at Connor Lopez, 248 career tackles for Mission Prep, 111 solo tackles. And he comes into tonight's game this season with 45 tackles, 23 solo tackles. We also got to be, the Titans have to be on the lookout for that up-and-coming back, Ronnie Kardashian, coming in down to that line of Strausses and Kardashians. He racked up his first 100-yard game last week against San Ynez on 5 touches, 122 yards, 2 touchdowns. Drew Harrigan hit his 13th career 100-yard game and finished with 121 yards and a touchdown. Mission Prep as a whole, they took it to the ground, took that rock and kept it rolling all night long against San Ynez. 371 yards rushing, a total of 506 yards on the ground. And they're doing it with a small squad, 27 players starting the season. Tonight they come in with 7 seniors. We started the contest celebrating those seniors tonight, and we're going to be out tonight, one of those senior captains not in the starting lineup, and you got that information coming into tonight's contest.
Luke Terry's out with a shoulder injury, but not in his place, but coming in after a 3-game sit-out is Maverick Bright. He's looking to get a few snaps tonight, and we'll see what kind of game Maverick gets. So
the Mission Prep Royals getting ready to come onto the field here on senior night. Mustang Memorial Field inside Alex G. Spanos Stadium on the campus of Cal Poly in San Luis Obispo. It's a great night for football here on PSNtv. I'm Brian Stanley. Joining us as always, Thomas Bowden, our cameraman. And tonight, special guest, Kevin Dolan filling in for Stephen Hodges, who's out on assignment with the Cal Poly Mustangs. So he's gonna get to see the Mustangs perform tomorrow night, along with Carlton Brown, and might even get to see some Colby White in action as well, as he's on the squad. We never know what can happen with college football with that 4-game rule where you can play 4 games as a redshirt freshman. So could get some action.
good job for Kobe.
So the the Royals getting ready to take the field, and here they come. American flag and Royals flag in hand. And leading the charge is going to be Drew Harrigan and Connor Lopez. And your Royals are going to be ready for action here. Royals coming in tonight in league 1-0. Nipomo comes in at 0-1. Their Nipomo Titans are 2-2 after picking up a forfeit win over San Luis Obispo to start the season. They originally lost that contest to San Luis Obispo 38-7, but due to formalities and on paper, they end up having to forfeit that game. And we're meeting at center field with our captains. Captains for your Royals tonight are going to be number 1, Connor Lopez, number 11, Luke Terry, number 21, Drew Harrigan, and number 60, Gabe Rodriguez. For the Nipomo Titans, the captains are number 10, Braden Reese, number 44, Ian Ackerman, number 52, Jason Macias, and number 77, Walter Bowling. And local first responders being honored here tonight. A lot of activities in here tonight at the ballpark.
George Hughes will be conducting tonight's coin toss. Nipomo captains, number 10, Braden Reese.
And we're waiting for the official call as first responders come out. And as we look at the captains for the Nipomo Titans, I immediately see that Ian Ackerman is off the starting lineup, and that's going to play a factor in for the Titans tonight, as he's one of those seniors that they were probably counting on this season to make an impact on the defensive side of the ball.
Patrick
And also the running back, too.
Is Ernie Cuevas.
And captains met at center field. So we're going to have the presenting of the colors. Mission Prep public address announcer
Fans, remove your caps. Face towards the
leading
flag
us.
on the north end of the field, next to the video board, as we honor America with our national anthem. From Kara Huggins.
And we will be right back.
California, more than just your local grocery store. A full-service deli featuring premium boar's head meats and cheeses, handmade take-and-bake pizza, fresh salad and olive bar, gourmet cheese department perfect for any occasion, sushi rolled daily, organic and locally sourced produce, wild-caught seafood, choice Prime and Snake River Farms American Wagyu beef, artisan sourdough bread, and full-service health and wellness. California Fresh Markets, the best on the Central Coast.
Hyundai San Luis Obispo is proud to support Mission Prep football this fall at 1407 Auto Park Way in San Luis Obispo. Come check out our Hyundai Getaway Sales event. With new inventory arriving daily, you won't want to miss out on what's going on at Hyundai San Luis Obispo. And if you don't feel like coming in, we make it easy with the option to shop from home. For more information, visit HyundaiSlow.com. Mission Prep football is driven by Hyundai San Luis Obispo.
Hi, this is John Villa with Villa Automotive.
Someday,
And that's my son Tom singing. You can feel a glow when it comes to the way your car looks when you bring it to Villa Auto Body.
I will feel a glow just thinking of you.
From minor dings to major collision repair, we can give your car a like-new showroom look. We can straighten and repair any frame type using ultrasound technology. Our refinish department features paints that exceed factory specifications, and they are applied in our state-of-the-art, environmentally friendly spray booth. Plus, we work hand-in-hand with your insurance company so your claim goes smoothly.
Just the way
Love the way your car looks. Bring it to Villa Auto Body and Collision Repair and let our family take care of your family. Nicely done, son.
Get a head start on your New Year's goals with Kennedy Club Fitness. Locations all over San Luis Obispo County. You've got classes, sauna, steam room, tub, and a heated pool. It's where I work out. It's Kennedy Club Fitness.
Mercedes-Benz San Luis Obispo, with over 25 years of experience and 5 years serving the SLO area. Mercedes-Benz of San Luis Obispo wants to help you get behind the wheel of your next vehicle. So next time you're in the market for a luxury car, keep it local with Mercedes-Benz San Luis Obispo.
Welcome back to the Villa Automotive first quarter. Tonight's first quarter presented by Villa Automotive, your home for your automotive and auto body repair needs. Their motto is to get your car back on the road. So let's get you going. They'll take care of your needs from your auto body to your auto repair needs. So if you got a dent in your door and your alternator goes out, they'll fix the dent in your door while replacing your alternator. Two birds, one stone. Can't go wrong there, can you?
Not at all.
I always like killing. I don't want to use that word. I always like getting two birds with one stone. You know.
Having a reliable mechanic is always good to have.
Yes. Unfortunately, I don't have one because I don't go to Villa Automotive. I try to fix things myself, and it usually goes really horribly wrong. So we're getting ready for tonight's kickoff. And Mission Prep getting ready to set this one off. So they'll receive the opening kickoff to start the second half, setting up that offense real well. And back to receive for the Titans is going to be Kyle Thorpe. And Corbin Mendez. Titans are coached by second-year head coach Stephen Field, former athletic director at Arroyo Grande High School. Comes in with a 1-11 coaching record. Tough start after going 0-10 last year with the Titans. Cash Trevisan getting ready to boot this one away. And we're about to get underway here from Alex G. Spanos Stadium on the campus of Cal Poly, San Luis Obispo. The boot is away. The ball is off in the air. And that goes out of bounds just beyond the 20-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Titans. And that's not a very good setup for your return. The kick return should have let that one go out of bounds, Thorpe.
Yep. Kicks have been a little light all season long.
And the scout team should have known that for Nipomo there and seen that setting to the sideline and let that one go to bounds. They would have got the ball at the 35. Would have been a better setup for offense. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line for the Nipomo Titans. Hand off to the back. Coming out of the backfield, Malachi Starr with a short carry. Coming from the handoff by Blaine Lowry, the freshman quarterback. Not very often we see a freshman start at the varsity level, but when you're short in the quarterback realm, sometimes you do what you got to do.
I was surprised to see that myself.
And Lowry comes in with some stats underneath his belt as we have 2nd down here for the Titans, 2nd and 7. Defense showing blitz coming in from the corner. Pass out to the side, almost intercepted as the target overthrowing John Schultz. Tracking it in, Vinny Orlando for the Mission Prep Royals.
Lucas Elmerick with big pressure off the edge. Got right in his face.
And we're going to go have a 3rd and 7 for the Titans. Pressure coming from the defense. Cash Moreau here on the near side defensive lineup. 2 receivers to the left, 2 for the right, man in motion. Handoff for the Titans. And quickly brought down in the backfield is Griffin Grosshart. No gain.
Number 2, Aiden Benson.
Aiden Benson.
Brought down by number 1, Connor Lopez.
And Connor Lopez in on the tackle.
It's a loss of 4 in the play.
A big loss, bringing them back to behind the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be 4th and 12 as the kicking unit comes out. Juan Zarate going to punt this one away for the Titans. Sending at midfield. And then a fake on the punt. Gains enough for the 1st down. Zarate hit out of bounds. A big hit by Jaden Ozil as the Titans convert the fake punt on the Zarate keeper. A little trickery early.
How could they not see that coming? The edge was all open. No one there to cover the, what was that, a 30-yard gain?
That would have been almost a 25-yard gain. 20-yard gain. 20-yard gain for the Titans out to the 38-yard line from the 18. Pass down the line. Pass completed from Lowry to Thorpe.
Lowry's pass complete to number 16, Kyle Thorpe.
Kyle Thorpe, a senior for the Titans. Titans have not had a problem moving the ball. Problem is, I feel like once they get down towards the end zone and they sniff pay dirt, they clench up and they don't do their job. If you look at the points on the board compared to the yardage that they present. As we have a 2nd down and 5 for the Titans. Ball spotted at the 43-yard line. Thorpe in motion. And keeping himself is Lowry diving forward to the 45-yard line. And Lowry sets up a 3rd down and 3. And as I was talking, Kevin, about that was, if you look at the points on the board, 49 for the Titans, while they've given up 113, but their yards per game, they're averaging 300 yards a game. And that's fairly close to what the Royals are averaging, 314 yards a game. And this, if you take out the forfeit win, their Titans are 1-3, Kevin. When they could easily, if they score a couple more points, be a different ball game. And Lowry keeping it himself, taking a big hit. And delivering that hit was Lucas Elmerick and Champ Morrissey. That's going to be a close one. Do they move the sticks? I'm looking for a measurement. They don't move it. They don't pull the sticks out to measure. I'm always disappointed when they don't measure. And as I said, it's pink night here at the ballpark, and it feels like I'm collecting rose-colored heart glasses now. I got 2 of them on my workstation.
One's Thomas's.
I think Thomas gave me his pair. I think he abandoned hope. I'm accepting donations now. They're for sale on the other side. 1st and 10 from the 48 of the Titans. And the misdirection, the handoff up the middle. Malachi Starr with a 2-yard gain, taken down at the center stripe. Lining up on the right hash mark is going to be the Titans for 2nd down and 8 at the 50-yard line as they chip away at this clock. 3 minutes and 20 seconds gone here in the first frame. You're listening to PSN TV, the Via Automotive first quarter. Stepping back is Lowry, a throw over the middle, complete to Starr. And Starr tied up with the scrum of Royals. Champ Morrissey in there, a number of other Royals, including Armin Clayton. We got that number right this week. We've had some missed numbers on our roster. Armin Clayton wearing number 79 this week in the roster.
Armin's looking big out there.
Armin
coming off the edge.
Reminded me of another big man that's gone off to Nevada to play some football.
The R.J. Esmond.
And the handoff right up the middle with a seam, finding some room to scoot. And the Titans showing some energy here.
Number 20, Noziel.
And Tegan Campbell with the
tackle.
carry. And Noziel with the tackle, as you pointed out there. Noziel delivering some big hits on defense, making his presence known. Noziel, a junior, 6'2", 170 pounds on the roster. I think he's probably more like 6'4" if you really want to stand next to him. Lowry throwing out to the near side and unable to complete the catch is Ben Rubacava. Rubacava slapping it down, doing the right thing when he knows he can't. When you can't get your hands on it completely, you have 2 options. Either you make the mistake of kicking it in the air, or you slap it to the ground.
Covered tightly by Carter Moreau.
Moreau on the defensive pressure brings up a 2nd down and 10 as the Titans looking to get into the red zone. Man in motion, and we have flags coming out.
Penalty markers on the field.
Multiple flags. False start on the offense. Mission Prep gets an extra 5 yards to work with on defense. It's going to be for 2nd and 15 for the Titans here as they're pushed back to the 36-yard line. Lowry in the backfield with Tegan Campbell working from the shotgun. 2 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. 3-man defensive front for Mission Prep Royals. And coming right up the middle, Finder trying to see him, and the pass, no good from Lowry.
Again, Champ with some pressure on the receiver, knocking him to the ground.
Third and 15 for the Nipomo Titans. 7:06 on the clock. 5 minutes. Quite an impressive drive that looked like it was going to stall out on a 4th down and 12. Turns into a converted punt. And now we're looking at a 3rd and 15. Royals trying to stop this drive from going any further with defensive pressure. Man in motion. Handoff to the big back. Stopped by Morrissey. And then tied up and followed up by Ethan Ferralis. And Ferralis was like, okay, we're going to stop this drive. I'm tired of playing playing this, you're picking up yardage. And way to follow up on the Chat Morrissey pressure as Morrissey bounced off the running back. With as hard as he hit him, they both bounced off each other as he tried to wrap him up. And Nipomo working on a 4th down and 13 trips to the right. Pressure showing. Connor Lopez trying to get the offense to flinch.
Oh, there it was.
And there's the flinch.
Flags on the field.
Multiple flags.
Against Nipomo.
The false start on the offense sends them back to 4th and 18. 4th and a million miles. Scoreboard says 19. And clock's still running. We're halfway through this first quarter. We're scoreless, 0-0, and the punt unit coming out. Wanzarate back on the field. He's converted to 1st down for 20 yards on the fake punt. And this one's sailed away. Fair catch called for and pulled in. And contact from the kicking team.
No flag.
And Nozil looking for a flag. There should have been a flag on that one because that was clear contact after the fair catch. And there was no hesitation. He pushed him over.
That was a shove.
There is a flag. Thomas says there's a flag. I don't see the flag, Thomas. Where's the flag? Oh. Coach Schuster over on the sideline, right by the 20-yard line, talking to the side judge. The white hat looking for the false start, traveling. That's traveling in basketball. I don't know how that's the proper call. Okay, illegal procedure. Thanks for Jared Alley from the PA box giving us the call.
Yeah, I didn't see that one coming.
Did not see the illegal procedure. I think that would have been unnecessary roughness, but let me put my rose-colored glasses on, see if that changes the view.
Certainly changed the color of the flag.
Yes, it will. So
this is the first time that
pressure from the defense, handoff to Drew Harrigan, and he falls forward for a couple yards. Mission Prep gains 2 on 1st down.
First time Mission Prep having the ball this quarter.
And yeah, we're halfway through the quarter and we're scoreless. Mission Prep finally getting the ball here. And 2nd and 8 for the Royals. Now at the 16 following that 5-yard illegal procedure penalty on the kick from Nipomo. Nipomo with a 4-man front, showing a little hint of a blitz. Pressure coming. Throw over middle from Glenn. Bobbles the ball, able to recover is Maverick Bright.
First catch, first time in the game.
First attempt thrown at Bright, and Bright pulls it in. And Bright comes up with a 7-yard catch for his first touch with the football under a Royals banner.
Gotta love the Maverick. Transfer from Morro Bay.
Ball spotted at the 23-yard line for Mission Prep. 3rd and 1, working from a shotgun. 2 receivers to each side. Flag at the line of scrimmage. Calling off the play as Thomas Glenn was ready to run this one to the barn. And the student section calls that play. It was a jump by the defense. Caught up in the neutral zone. I believe they call that the neutral zone in professional football.
No man's land.
Yeah.
Don't be there.
Thomas doesn't know what I'm talking about. He watches the High School Musical on Saturday mornings.
No, that's against the Royals.
Against the Royals, a false start. I'm just kidding. I don't know what Thomas watches on Saturday mornings besides the inside of his eyelids. You like to sleep in, don't you? See? Inside of your eyelids. A great show. I was watching it before I came into work.
Wish I had that luxury.
Welcome to tonight's banter. 3rd and 6 now for the Royals, changing up the play 2 receivers to each side. Thomas Glenn with the option, gets it out to Ronnie Kardashian, who's immediately tied up by Corbin Mendez. And that's going to be a really short gain for the Royals. And that's bringing up a 4th down, and we're going to see the punt unit. And we can see some trickery here from Coach Schuster, as your punter is also your quarterback, Thomas Glenn. 4th and 5 for the Royals on the punt. And they're just going to sell this one away. That is a solid punt. And calling for the fair catch at the 45-yard line. Avoiding the return is Kyle Thorpe, officially at the 46-yard line. What have you seen so far here tonight between these two squads?
A lot of offense by the Nipomo Titans. Waiting to see the Royals get into gear here. Good touch by Maverick Bright. Waiting for Drew Harrigan to come out here, and number 8, Drew Sosa. He had a fantastic game last week.
Lowry working from the shotgun. Split receivers. Keeping it himself, trying to get to the 40, to the 50 midfield, and quickly brought down by Ferralis. Ethan Ferralis in on that play.
Gotta love Ferralis. He's plugging that middle, holding that line.
And that's a 6-yard pickup for the freshman quarterback, meeting the sophomore lineman. 2 young players making an impact. Trips to the left for Lowry. Single back in the backfield with him. That's going to be Campbell. And he hands off to Campbell. Campbell trying to scoot up the middle, but he's quickly tied up by Gabe Rodriguez, Ferralis, and a number of other defensive players for a 2-yard gain. And chipping away at it are the Titans. 3rd down and 3 now. Ball spotted at the 47-yard line of Mission Prep. 2:25 on the clock here in the first quarter. And we are still scoreless. Nipomo Titans came with a fury of the farm boys, shall we say. And almost taken over by Armin Clayton right into his paws.
Threw it right to him.
It was like a big bear trying to grab honey on it as it flies by. Give it to me.
Broken up by number 79, Armin Clayton. 4th and 3.
And the punt unit comes out. Again, I would be wary about what happens here. A 4th and 3, if they're willing to go on a 4th and 12 deep in their own territory, a 4th and 3 is not something to shy away from. Juan Zarate out. He already has 1 good kick, 1 good fake, and he's out for the 3rd time tonight. Zarate boots this one away. Calling for the fair catch is Noziel. And Noziel catches it cleanly at the 15. So Zarate once again pins the Royals inside the 20-yard line, forcing them to work deep in their own territory to find some air. We've yet to see that mountain air 1st down. Tonight's first quarter presented by whoops, getting caught up in my own cables here. Via Automotive, our family motto is taking care of your family. Via Automotive takes it to heart. Via Family Auto Body and Repair Business has been the experience. Excuse me. We'll come back to that. As I butcher that read, we'll try it again. Working from the shotgun. Handoff to Drew Harrigan. Gets outside the numbers. He's got some room in front of him. He's at the 40, 45, the 50, the 45, 30, 35, 30. Taken down at the 22-yard line. A big carry for Drew Harrigan. And that right there is a Mountain Air 1st down. Let's try this again. Via Automotive's motto is our family taking care of your family. And Via Automotive takes it to heart. The Via Family Auto and Body Repair business has both the experience and the equipment to diagnose and repair almost any problem you can think of. Proud supporters of Mission Prep Athletics.
That big back Drew Harrigan coming out off the edge. Steaming down the lane. Caught from behind.
I thought the Drew train was going to take it to the house.
Yeah, so did I.
And we were going to have a celebration in the end zone. Handoff once again. Harrigan with the carry up the middle.
Drew Harrigan, ball carrier.
Not even winded after that big carry. He had the wheels of steel spinning. And he's still out there carrying the ball, not even huffing and puffing. I would have been huffing and puffing and needing some oxygen on the sideline there, Kevin. Not that I'd have the speed to get that fast.
Just getting up these stairs.
Oh, no, true. You're absolutely correct. But I got to say the stairs are better than the ladders. Because the stairs are OSHA approved. At least we hope so. Split receivers for each side. Keeping himself, Glenn. Glenn fires deep into the corner, looking for his man. This is picked off. Nipomo's ball. Corbin Mendez pulling it out of the end zone. He's at the 10. Tied up and making the stop for Mission Prep. Joseph Clipperton, the senior, celebrating senior night here, makes the stop at the 10-yard line following the interception by Corbin Mendez.
That pass was a little light, came on the inside, and that defender just took it away from him.
And our first turnover of the night committed by Mission Prep Royals, 53 seconds here in the first quarter. We're still scoreless. Both teams with all 3 timeouts on the board. 1st and 10. Ball spotted at the 11-yard line for the Nipomo Titans, working from deep in their own territory for only the 2nd time in this contest. A low snap and not able to corral it and do something with it is Blaine Lowry, and the defense gets into the backfield to pull him down at the 6. That's a 5-yard loss.
Big loss.
And that's a good recovery by the defense of the Royals following an offensive mistake.
Armin Clayton in there on the tackle.
It's a loss of 5 on the play. 2nd and 15.
You know, these glasses need to go when I'm using my binoculars. And that works better. 1st and 15 for Nipomo. Malachi Starr in the backfield with Blaine Lowry. Trips to his left. Starr with the handoff. A couple yards right up the middle of the pipe. And Lowry out to the 8-yard line. And that is the end of the first quarter. Appreciate you joining us for the Via Automotive first quarter. Coming up next, action in the second quarter. We're scoreless between the Nipomo Titans and your Mission Prep Royals here on PSN TV. Presented by California Fresh Market and driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo.
The team at CB Chevrolet would like to welcome you to the dealership in San Luis Obispo, where we're confident you'll find the vehicles you're looking for at a price you can afford. Come and check out our full selection of new Chevrolet vehicles or get a great deal on a reliable pre-owned model. No matter which vehicle you decide on, our professional finance team will help you get settled with a competitive financing or lease plan at CB Chevrolet in San Luis Obispo.
Hey, we're back. Second quarter action about to get underway. Making some quick adjustments as we have to adjust for a few things. We'll just say that. Second quarter action presented tonight by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo. From your car buying experience and financing to your routine maintenance visits and genuine accessory purchases, we're here to support you in your ownership experience. Check them out. Hyundai San Luis Obispo. As we get under action here, second quarter. Starting deep in their own territory on 3rd down and 13. Pass complete over the middle from Lowry, and the big hit delivered on Ben Rubacava. But that is a first down for the Nipomo Titans, and not the way the Royals had drawn that up coming out of the first quarter. From taking care of business at Via Automotive to going to Hyundai San Luis Obispo, we need some action here because we're on the road to the playoffs right now, officially, because we're halfway through the season. Well, after tonight we will be. I'm getting ahead of ourselves. I'm going to stop now before I jinx anybody. Rose-colored glasses back on. 1st and 10 for the Nipomo Titans. Pass out by Lowry, completed to Thorpe. Thorpe shakes one tackle, tries to get out to the 30-yard line, comes up at the 29 as the referee on the side loses his cap. That was a close call. Talking about losing a hairline. My glasses are smudged. These are nice glasses, though. I'm going to rock them at work tomorrow. Like, where'd you get those? Oh, they're special. I'm talking to Thomas, by the way, if you guys don't know. Because Kevin Dolan had him disappear for a second. Lowry keeping himself across the 35, trying to get to the 40 for the first down. Does not get to the 40, gains enough for the first down. And that is another Titans first down on this drive that started back at the 15-yard line in the first quarter. Titans have held on to the ball quite a bit in this contest, but have yet to find pay dirt, having skipped across the 50-yard line a few times, Kevin.
Getting a lot of first downs.
How were those stairs back up here?
Oh, they were tough.
Better than the ladder, right?
Better than a ladder.
That's why they call it a stairway to heaven, not a ladder to heaven.
Good one.
Thorpe.
Oh, he's upended.
Thorpe getting upended as he crosses the line of scrimmage, turns outside the 40, and hits the ground because I know I wouldn't want to be interested in climbing a ladder to heaven. Stairway, it'll take me a little while, but I'll get there.
As long as there's a handrail.
Yeah, as long as there's a handrail, I'll get there. I might have to stop at the couple landings and check out the sights. Catch my breath.
That was a big hit by Champ Morrissey.
Champ Morrissey's been a huge impact. Stay tuned for after the game. We'll have our Farmers Insurance agent, Jennifer White, presenting our player of the game for Mission College Prep. Handoff out of the backfield to the fullback or the halfback. Not going very far is Campbell.
Champ seemed to scoop it off the ground. Still Titans ball.
And ball spotted just on the Royal side of the 40. Between the 40 and the 41. Lowry bringing in the call from the sideline.
Loss of one on the play. 3rd and 8.
A 3rd and a long 8 for the Titans. Lowry throwing out to the near side and completed. Not enough for the first down.
Almost picked off by number 60, Gabe Rodriguez.
Jake Camacho making the grab, the junior receiver. And here comes the kicking unit again. Juan Zarate out on the field for the 4th time tonight. And these Titans do a great job of using the clock, but they don't move the ball far enough when they're in control. And Juan Zarate out to boot this one away. Jaden Ozil ready to receive. Pressure coming.
Ooh,
and Connor Lopez gets his hands up. Can't get the block. But this ball is going to bounce in favor of the Titans and land at the 25. This is the best field position the Royals have had off of a Zarate punt all night. Starting at the 25, they've been stuck inside the 20 the last 2 times they've had the ball. The problem is the Royals haven't been able to move the ball against this defense.
Well, once the passing game starts happening, Drew has shown that he can open the game up, and that's going to leave a lot of our receivers wide open.
And here comes Ronnie Kardashian in from the sideline with the call. I'm sure he's bringing it in.
Ronnie came in with 2 touchdowns. Big game last week.
Tie formation at the line, hand off to Ronnie Kardashian, and they saw that play from a mile away. They must have, because that defensive line was right there to stop Ronnie once he collected the rock.
They had 5 people on top of him. He ain't going anywhere.
And leading the way was Joe Beach. Big number 84 right there.
2nd and 12.
And coming in from the sideline, Thomas Glenn with the call. Thomas Glenn, center tonight, Case Christensen. Shaking and weaving outside the left hash mark. gaining a few more yards. Back to the original line of scrimmage is Ronnie Kardashian making up the yards he lost.
Definitely put it into passing situation here.
Scoreless through almost, excuse me, I'm doing my math in my head, 17 minutes almost now of scoreless football here at Alex G. Spanos Stadium between the Titans and the Royals. Single receiver lined up on the near side. Glenn looking, pass over the middle, incomplete.
Number 8, Drew Salsa, had a big game last week, 2 big catches. I think they were trying to recapture another.
Maverick Bright, the intended target on the pass. 7:17 on the clock. Clock stopped following the incomplete pass. At halftime, we're going to break down the Mountain League standings just briefly. We'll break down what Kevin's up to lately as the volunteer of the year. Here's the punt. That is a bad punt from Thomas Glenn off the side of the foot.
Tipped.
Ricocheting out of bounds.
That's going to give them good position, Nipomo Titans.
And the Titans have the best field position of the night to start a drive in Nipomo in Mission Prep territory. As we await the official spot of the ball. That the ball traveled maybe 9-10 yards.
If that. Look, 27-yard line. Here we go.
Ball spotted at the 27-yard line, left hash mark.
Will start their next series, 1st and 10 from the Mission Prep.
Ben Rubalcava, the outside receiver on the right side, and as we now have trips to the right for Lowry, the freshman quarterback. Lowry fires this one deep in the corner, looking for his receiver, and Rubalcava not able to get his hands on it.
Right off the tip of his fingers.
And he was chased down by Carter Moreau.
Benny Rubalcava, the intended receiver.
Moreau standing 5'11", chasing him down. Nice little height there. You add the wingspan of the arms. You're looking at about 6'4", 6'5", getting those hands up there to block the pass attempt. Nothing like watching football through rose-colored glasses.
Heart-shaped rose-colored glasses.
There we go, heart-shaped rose-colored glasses. I knew I was saying rose too many times. Pressure coming, dumps the pass out into the flat, and quickly broken up
by Ronnie Kardashian.
Ronnie Kardashian and Malachi Starr with the reception.
Maverick Bright with a little injury here. Not good.
And Maverick Bright, first game, yes, continue.
First game out. Had a good catch earlier last quarter. Looks like he may have twisted his ankle.
Hopefully this isn't that big of an injury. Real quick, we do want to mention there was an injury earlier in the first game. That's why we had a late start to tonight's broadcast. They had to address that issue. That took some time with that injury. So we have another injury here. We're going to go ahead and take an injury timeout as Coach Schuster now steps out on the field to check on his injured player, Maverick Bright. We'll be right back with you. Mission Prep football continues. We're scoreless here in the second quarter, 6:45 on the clock. Mission Prep football presented by California Fresh Market and driven by Hyundai San Luis Obispo.
Family is ingrained in the core values of Mission Prep. So when picking cars, why not stay with family? And that means Hyundai San Luis Obispo. Yup, Hyundai Slow, located right on Auto Parkway off of Los Osos Valley Road, keeps it in the family with the Mission Prep familiarity involved. So go check out Hyundai Slow today for quality vehicles, a friendly team, and professional service at every step of the way. And tell them the Royals sent you.
California Fresh Market is more than just your local grocery store. A full-service deli featuring premium boar's head meats and cheeses, handmade take-and-bake pizza, fresh salad and olive bar, gourmet cheese department perfect for any occasion, sushi rolled daily, organic and locally sourced produce, wild-caught seafood, choice Prime and Snake River Farms American Wagyu beef, artisan sourdough bread, and full-service health and wellness. California Fresh Markets, the best on the Central Coast.
Welcome back to Mission Prep Football on PSN TV. I'm Brian Stanley joining you. And quick injury update. The best we can provide for you is that Maverick Bright got up on his own power, walked off the field, and is now walking to the coach's table to get addressed by the trainer, which is all great news to be walking under your own power.
Clearly upset.
Yeah, first game out, you don't want to be the guy that's on the turf being helped off the field on your first game out. You want to put on a better performance than that.
I think he's trying really hard to make an impact here.
Trips to the right for Lowry. Lowry completes the pass. An intended target.
Lowry's pass complete. Number 3, John Schultz on the grab.
Yeah, John Schultz getting the assist from
Brought down by number 6,
Mr. Ali in the PA box once again.
4th and 1.
Jared Ali is the new public address announcer for Mission Prep Athletics, as Wes Shepard has retired from duty.
Shepard was good.
Shepard was a great announcer, retiring from public address services. Blaine Lowry under center.
Uh-oh.
And a jump at the line.
Penalty markers on the field.
Ferrelis a little anxious to get off the line, get to that.
Against Mission Prep.
Yeah, Ferrelis favoring his hand. Might have a cramp in his arm that caused him to fall forward, but he's favoring his left hand.
Looked like it was his down hand, too. Too much weight over that arm.
Might have got hit wrong, got a knot in the muscle, caused him to tighten up and fall to the turf. And that is a 1st and 10 for the Titans in the red zone. Sniffing pay dirt now. Lowry looking for the end zone, being chased down and pulled down to the turf by Lucas Elmrick.
There you go.
And
walking tall, Lucas Elmrick.
And they're going to say that was an incomplete pass. He was able to get rid of it before the pressure got to him. But the officials are still talking it over. And here comes the flag.
I thought so.
A little late.
What?
What?
Against the Royals.
Intentional grounding. Against Nipomo.
Okay.
Yeah, well, he was pointing the wrong way.
Yes. On our side of the field, when he looked at the Nipomo coach, he pointed towards Mission Prep. And then when he pointed towards the PA and the official press box, he pointed towards the Titans, which was the official call. So I'm a little confused. 2nd and 25 now, following the 15-yard penalty. The ball pushed back out of the red zone. Ball spotted at the 27-yard line. This is very helpful for the Royals. Lowry throws over the middle and intercepted by Lucas Elmrick. There's a flag at the line of scrimmage, so let's not get too excited. This one could be coming back, ladies and gentlemen.
Lucas having a good game so far.
Lucas having a great game in this contest.
Big senior, walked out with his mom and dad.
So holding against Nipomo. Coach Schuster and his staff declining the penalty. So Mission Prep gets their first turnover collected of the night. So we're 1-1 on turnover, so that's an even game. We're scoreless. That's an even game.
Mission got out of this one. Nipomo Titans were right there ready to score. They had 4 receivers going in all directions.
And I got to say this, is if Blaine Lowry plays this good and just makes these simple mistakes, because he's almost thrown a couple picks already. As a freshman, if he's playing this good at the varsity level, he's going to be a force the next 3 years in the Mountain League or the Central Coast Athletic Association. We have more flags on the play.
Yep.
Whether the Titans stay in the Mountain League or go down to the Ocean League, vice versa, whatever, he's going to be a force.
Encroachment against Nipomo.
And Nipomo, another flag. Nipomo can't get out of their own way here late in the second quarter, as we've had 3 flags on 3 plays.
It looked like both teams moved, but initiated by defense.
Tight formation at the line for Mission Prep. The pitch out in motion to Chase Untal. And Untal loses ground on first down, bringing up second down and 8. As we reach 4:30 on the clock here in the first half.
Loss of 3 on the play.
Royals looking to score here. Royals score here. They get the ball back in the second half. Can do something with it in the second half, but this Titans defense has been something tumultuous for Schuster and his squad to deal with. As they stay with a tie formation, man in motion. Ronnie Kardashian. Falling forward for a few yards is Harrigan, and Harrigan falling short of the first down. Ball spotted at the 25-yard line. 3rd and 1.
Less than a yard to go.
Gain of 7 on the play. 3rd and 1.
And warming up on the Mission Prep sideline is Maverick Bright after being looked over by training staff. Kardashian in motion.
Oh.
Play gets tossed up at the line of scrimmage, and Drew Harrigan falls down in the backfield.
Tripped up right as he got the ball.
3:15 on the clock. Clock continues to run. Both teams with all their timeouts left. And the punt unit once again for Mission Prep out on the field. And I understand why Coach Schuster wants to play with this. He doesn't want to play with fire and give the Titans an opportunity to score late in this first half. So he puts the punt unit out. And a good punt comes away, and the kicking team trying to get to it, falling to his feet. Armin Clayton trying to get to the kick returner.
Forcing him outside. Let his teammates make the tackle. Push him out of bounds.
7-yard return.
A 7-yard return for Thorpe. Starting with the ball in Mission Prep territory. 48 yards to pay dirt. Titans with 2:45 to work with. And we're still rocking the rose-colored glasses that are heart-shaped.
Well, Mission's line and their outside linebackers, they're definitely got the angle on these pass plays. From last week's game to this week's game, they're just inches away from either blocking it or making an interception by their linemen.
Thorpe in motion as Lowry keeps it himself, and he's in the scrum, and this is a Titan Royal scrum, and the scrum comes to a halt at the Royals' 40-yard line, and that scrum goes right up the left hash mark.
That looked like both teams all in one giant pile.
Yeah, a rugby scrum. You just got to wait for the ball to pop out the backside and the big Polynesian to carry it into the hole. Isn't that what usually happens?
That's what usually happens. The little speedster running.
Yeah. But he is a big Polynesian still.
Yep.
Lowry takes the snap, hand off to Starr.
Oh,
Starr quickly
stopped.
wrapped up and goes nowhere. And in on that tackle for the Royals, Gabe Amata and Xavier Wiseman.
Big hit, nowhere to go.
Amata wraps
Wrapped him
wraps up at the feet, and Wiseman makes sure the tackle is completed with wrapping him up at the chest. Comes to the sideline for a breather. And that brings in Tegan Campbell for the Titans. Split receivers. Royal showing blitz with Elmrick. And a short gain on 3rd down as Campbell carries it out to the 39-yard line. 118. Nobody's called a timeout in this half. So this half has blazed by fast. It's 8:03 on the clock, and We've only been broadcasting this game for about 45 minutes. We had the pregame with the oh, we finally got a timeout. We're going to take this timeout, Kevin.
All right.
We'll be right back.
Let's do
Kevin, Mission Prep Football continues, presented by California Fresh Market and driven by Hyundai San Luis Obispo.
It's time for an MPG upgrade at Sunset Honda.
Save big with Sunny's end of summer deals at Sunset Honda. Like 3.29% financing for 60 months on select pre-owned Hondas. Or take advantage of $1,250 in Honda loyalty on every new Ridgeline and get 2 years of free scheduled maintenance with any new 23 Honda.
Plus, get a $25 gas card just for taking a test drive.
Trade in your gas guzzler today and get 1,000 over Kelly Blue Book from the start.
Get started today at sunsethonda.com.
Welcome back to Mission Prep Football, second quarter tonight, presented by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo. From your car buying experience to your and financing to your routine maintenance and genuine purchases of accessories, we're here to support your car ownership experience. Lowry takes the handoff right up the middle, looking for the first down on the keeper. The ball comes loose, but I think they're going to give him forward motion. We're going to wait for the scrum to finally come up. The Royals come up with it, but I think they're going to call forward motion as Clayton makes the stop on Lowry. I think that's a clear call. I don't disagree with that one, Kevin.
Moving the sticks. No, it looked like it was on the ground, but it did look pretty close.
Pretty close. Ball was on the ground. The play was stopped with forward momentum. And then the ball came out. California Fresh Market is your headquarters for all your party football needs for football games. Pick up your game day appetizer from the famous Wing Bar. California Fresh Market, proud presenting sponsor of Mission Prep Football.
55, Wiseman working real hard out there.
Trips to his left for Lowry. Lowry.
Fumble. There it is.
And right into the hands of the Royals. And Gabe Rodriguez collects that one. It was a gift to Rodriguez. It must be Rodriguez's birthday tonight. 39 seconds on the clock. Royals with the ball at the 40-yard line.
Again, Nipomo Titans can't get to the end zone. Coughing it up.
Mission Prep Football is driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo. When you're on the market for a new or used vehicle, you can always count on Hyundai of San Luis Obispo.
39 seconds left.
Got 39 seconds. Royals with the ball. They got a lot of room to work with. 2 timeouts left. Gabe Rodriguez with the fumble recovery. Throw out to the near side. Connor Lopez trying to get some room on the screenplay. And he gains about 2 yards.
Clock still running.
Clock still running. No timeout called. We're going to wait for the call. They're going to run a play here. 20 seconds on the clock. And finally calling a timeout. Schuster not happy that the play was moving slow as they burn 14 seconds just trying to get lined up. And when I played football, one of the first things they teach you, hurry up. When that clock's running and you don't got time, you got to
Time is money.
Call that play and get to the line. You had 5 seconds to get to the line.
Last year, Royals were getting burned on delay of games all the time.
So the Royals trying to get to the line of scrimmage, could not do so. Still trying to get more of that Mountain Air first down. Royals have been struggling tonight finding first downs. And the Mountain Air is a family friend, especially outdoor retail store located on the central coast of beautiful California. Since 1975, they've been helping people of all skill levels explore the outdoors. Check them out in downtown San Luis Obispo and the Marsh Street Plaza.
So not that many delay of games for the Royals this year now that they got a clock that they can see.
Well, that clock doesn't run because high school actually runs off a different time clock. Throw deep over the middle. Connor Lopez trying to tail it in and hits the coverage, man. And that falls incomplete.
Aiden Benzon.
Aiden Benzon
rolled over.
Got bulldozed by the Lopez-nator. Yeah, that high school, I believe, works on a 35-second clock. So that clock's not moving, but it's on because the scoreboard's on. And those at home have no idea what we're talking about. We'll get Thomas to pan over in just a moment. As we're 0-0 here in the final seconds of the second quarter. Fire over to the near side. That pass complete to Ronnie Kardashian, looking for the sideline and gets out of bounds, stopping the clock. 5 seconds on the clock across the 50 to the 44. Royals moving the ball. And we're going to see an all or nothing play here. In traditional football, they call it a Hail Mary.
Needed a play, pass it to Ronnie. Ronnie's been producing.
They got one option here. End zone.
End zone.
You don't get anything else but the end zone.
There's a 45-yarder. 50 from where he's standing.
Noziel to the near side. Lopez to the far side. Pressure coming. Pass down the sideline. That one is intercepted. And we're coming back the other way with the Titans. Still on his feet is Grosshart. And that is the end of the first half. The Titans and the Royals scoreless. I don't know who to applaud in this one so far. Do we applaud the Titans for keeping the Royals scoreless? Or do we applaud the Royals for keeping the Titans scoreless?
Titans been beating themselves. You know, they've had plenty of options, plenty of opportunities to score, but failed each time. The Royals, they just haven't been producing. They haven't been doing what they need to do, get the ball down the field to make any scores. Plus, they haven't had time. The time of possession's been in the Titans' favor this whole game.
And I just got a hint of like air freshener in the building. Like Tide.
Somebody's got a blanket that they just washed.
Maybe somebody's doing laundry in the basement. Anyways, we'll be right back. We're going to let you enjoy the cheerleaders as we have fans who, parents who like to enjoy, who can't make these games. We're going to let you enjoy. So we'll be back. Thanks for joining us. We're at the half. Mission Prep football on PSN TV. Our score is 0-0 Mission Prep. Nipomo Titans in Mountain League action. We'll be right back.
As the road you travel changes, so can your insurance needs. Talking with Farmers Insurance Agent Jennifer White can help you assess whether you're ready for the journey ahead. Call Farmers Agent Jennifer White today at 805-592-1272. That's Jennifer White at 805-592-1272.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
At KD Capital Mortgage, we know that your home is much more than four walls and a roof. Your home is where dreams are born and memories are made. That's why whether you're looking to refinance your current home, purchasing your dream home, or buying an investment property, our goal is to help you take advantage of today's historically low rates and make sure you find the right loan to match your specific needs. So whatever your mortgage needs may be, the perfect loan is waiting for you, and KD Capital is here to help. Please give us a call at 805-226-5550, a proud partner of the Mission Prep Royals. We take this Mission Prep break to tell you about our friends at Gino's Pizza on Monterey Street in San Luis Obispo. They're open daily, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Give them a call if you're hungry right now, 805-752-1333. Now, why is Gino's unique? Well, they're a classic neighborhood family pizzeria known for distinctive pizza crusts, farm-fresh products, premium quality ingredients, and friendly service. At Gino's Pizza, they believe that pizza is one of, if not the only, heartwarming, mood-soothing, create-a-party ambiance anywhere, anytime comfort foods. Get down to Gino's Pizza on Monterey Street in downtown San Luis Obispo. And tell them the Royals sent you. Located off Highway 101, just minutes from downtown San Luis Obispo, Pismo Beach, and Central Coast Wine Country, book your next Central Coast stay at Madonna Inn. With 110 unique guest rooms, on-site restaurants, bars, bakery, shopping, hiking, biking, and day spa, Madonna Inn is your travel destination dream. Let's go Mission Prep. Let's stay at Madonna Inn.
Welcome back to Mission Prep Football on PSNtv. I'm Brian Stanley joining you. Let's clear some laundry. Let's do some bookkeeping. Next week, I will not be in the house for the game at Paso Robles from the middle school, War Memorial Stadium. I will be on vacation in the beautiful city of Las Vegas. I think everywhere I go is beautiful. I call everywhere beautiful. And then, so Stephen Hodges is going to put down his commentator mic and put on his play-by-play mic. And Alex Klepper is going to be joining him for the call next week at Paso Robles. But now I'm here with Kevin Dolan. We're at halftime between the Royals and the Titans. And Kevin, we're going to talk a little bit Mountain League action here as I pull up the Mountain League standings here. And last week we had some games on tap in the Mountain League as the standings are on the board for y'all to view. Mission Prep picked up their win on Thursday over San Ynez 41-6. And St. Joseph walloped Nipomo 47-0 in a shutout. And then Arroyo Grande picked up the 41-23 victory over Lompoc. And my dark horse in the Mountain League this year is Paso Robles, and they pick up a league opener over Rigetti 21-14. And on the other side of the CCAA, the Central Coast Athletic Association, San Luis Obispo on Thursday picked up a win over Cabrillo 49-37, or Tascadero 28-13 over Santa Maria. Pioneer Valley 42, Morro Bay 14. And in non-league action, Templeton 42, West Bakersfield blanked with a goose egg. And tonight in the Mountain League, our action here at Alex G. Spanos Stadium, we have your Mission Prep Royals hosting the Titans. The Titans and the Royals scoreless. Other action, Paso Robles makes that long trek down to Lompoc. That's the longest trip in the Mountain League, unless you're going to Santa Ynez. I would say those are probably about equal trips from Paso Robles. And then St. Joseph heads up to Arroyo Grande and Rigetti at Santa Ynez tonight. In the Ocean League, Atascadero at San Luis Obispo, Templeton at Santa Maria, Cabrillo at Pioneer Valley, and Morro Bay on a bye week this week. But if we look at the standings, top of the standings, we have four teams as they're all 1-1. This is probably going to shuffle just a little bit after tonight. But St. Joseph, Mission Prep, Paso Robles, and Arroyo Grande all 1-0 in league. And Rigetti, Lompoc, Santa Ynez, and Nipomo 0-1. If we look at overall standings for y'all, we can see that the Royals and the Knights are neck and neck with Arroyo Grande at 3-1, as Paso Robles squeaks in at that 1-3, having a tough preseason. Rigetti 1-3, as Lompoc, Santa Ynez, and Nipomo all set at 2-2 on the year. And that is our breakdown of the Mountain League. No scores here tonight in the action between your Royals and the Titans. But coming up is our third quarter, and the Royals starting off with the ball here. They're looking to get some players back into the lineup, including receiver Maverick Bright, who went out with either a cramp or a sprain or a twist, or
he didn't look happy.
A toe rub, something aggravated him that required him to leave the playing field for a moment. But he's been warming up. He's been getting looked at by the training staff, and he's still in uniform. So we could see Maverick Bright again tonight, already with a reception for 7 yards on his first attempt. We have an interception tonight in this contest by the Royals. Unfortunately, quarterback Thomas Glenn has thrown 2 picks the other way to the Titans, and that's why we're scoreless. So a lot of cleanup for the Royals here on offense, Kevin.
Yeah. Well, Maverick Bright got a big family outing on his first game out here, and Lucas Elmerick, he's got some big hits. Forales in the middle. Who else is stepping up here?
Definitely Lucas
Armin.
Elmerick, Champ Morrissey,
And Armin Clayton. Yeah.
Joseph Clipperton, and Gabe Amata all in the mix there, along with Gabe Rodriguez.
And don't forget Xavier Wiseman, too. You know, we just need to see some more offensive plays now. That's just on the defensive side.
Yeah, we need to get the offense step up. A lot of it, I think, has to do with not having the speed in the hands of Luke Terry. It takes a lot of your options, the sweep plays, the run plays out, from him coming from the outside on the sweep, those pass plays that he's able to scoop up. He's just not having him in the lineup tonight. That 5'11" frame plus that arm, you're looking at with wingspan, you're looking at a 6'4", 6'5", able to climb up the ladder to get a ball thrown a little bit higher than a normal 5'5" receiver.
Yeah.
So
Drew Harrigan making some plays. That's the workhorse of this team. He seems to carry him a long way. You got Chase Untall, Connor Lopez, Jaden Noziel, on the out, trying to get him the ball every game. I'm still looking for a pass to Drew Salsa, who had 2 fantastic catches last week. One off the helmet, which was incredible.
Yes, that incredible helmet catch. It was tremendous, and I meant to get that on the interwebs. I just ran out of time this last week. I have it on my phone. I just didn't get around to getting it out. And as we get ready for kickoff here, second half kickoff, Mission Prep Football presented by California Fresh Market, driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo. I'm Brian Stanley. Joining me in the booth tonight, Kevin Dolan, the Mission Prep Royals Volunteer of the Year, president of the Brian Stanley Fan Club, and founding member.
You're funny.
Hey, you're the one that started it.
I know.
So to say I have a fan club is pretty impressive. I don't know how you sign up. You're going to have to contact the president for that one. And we got some trickery here. I've never seen this lineup.
Oh, this is different.
This is definitely different. And the boot this one away. It looked like they were going to set up for an onside. And Jaden Noziel brings it across the 30 to the 34. And I expected an onside kick there.
I don't know what the deal was with that kickoff coverage. Never seen it. All right, we're going to see some hopefully some good plays from Ronnie Kardashian, Mr. Reliable here.
We got 23 minutes and 55 seconds to decide a winner, and we're scoreless.
Still
scoreless. When I think of football, I don't think of Eminem playing in the background. I just want to point that out. We might have to change that. Trips to the right side for the quarterback, Thomas Glenn, and the handoff.
Met right there.
Drew Harrigan met at the line of scrimmage. This defensive line coming up clutch. I sometimes wonder how many of these linemen are in the FFA, are into farming, into ag down at Nipomo, because these are some big boys.
Meat and potatoes.
Meat and potatoes.
Armin Clayton playing both ways.
Trips to the right for quarterback Thomas Glenn. Fires quickly. That one's on the turf. Nice way to try to play it. Connor Lopez saying, hey, that ball didn't hit the turf. I have it in my hands. We're going to run with this one. You play till the whistle. That's what you do.
Not a good way to start this third quarter.
The Royals continue to be sluggish here after a solid performance last week against San Ynez, where not much could go wrong for the Royals. The Royals are struggling to get some performance. Only one solid play coming by way of Drew Harrigan. And a high snap. Thomas Glenn recovers, fires one out. Nice. Chase Untall with the catch.
Nice catch. That looks like a catch and a first.
They said incomplete.
Short for the first down, if anything.
They said it was incomplete. The ball was off the turf.
We got a flag out here in the backfield.
Flag on the play. It's a roughing the passer against Nipomo.
And a sign of life for the Royals, a fresh air, a breath of fresh air, a breath of mountain air.
There you go.
The mountain air first down. That is an automatic first down for roughing the passer. That is something you cannot do once he releases the ball, is make contact and say hello and let him know how much you care for him. So the Royals 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
At the 48-yard line.
I beat him to that. He copied me that time. 1st and 10 from the 48, under center. Hands off to Harrigan. Harrigan looking to spin those wheels, getting the Drew train fired up, getting that locomotive working on all cylinders.
He's going to crack that line and bust out for another big play. We just need to see what happens when we get a 1-2-3 with Ronnie Kardashian, Chase Untall, and Drew Harrigan.
2nd and 6 for Mission Prep.
And the passing has been non-existent so far.
I think somebody needs to get that coal furnace fired up on the Drew train.
Yep.
Throw a little bit more coal into it.
Oh.
A jump at the line. That's going to be offsides on the defense.
We saw it wave all the way from up here.
And the defense is pointing at the offense, and you can point all you want.
They were way into that neutral zone.
But for that finger pointing at you, there's 4 pointing at them. There's 4 more pointing back at you. That doesn't make sense. There's 3 more pointing back at you. You're good. No,
Okay.
I'm pointing fingers.
Okay.
See how many fingers point back at me? I had to actually do the gesture.
Right.
Because the defense was going like, hey, that was on you. You're good, man. Don't worry about me. We're rocking and rolling. We're having a good time jumping and jiving.
Having a good time up here in the booth.
And the handoff.
There he goes. There he goes.
An upended Drew Harrigan. Holy smokes.
That's a first down. Moving the sticks.
Evan Dahl making a stop. The sophomore meeting the senior. Welcome to football. And Nipomo taking the timeout following that Mountain Air first down. So we'll take the timeout with them because we got a timeout to go. Mission Prep football continues. Presented by California Fresh Market and driven by Hyundai San Luis Obispo.
Hyundai San Luis Obispo is proud to support Mission Prep football this fall at 1407 Auto Park Way in San Luis Obispo. Come check out our Hyundai Getaway Sales event. With new inventory arriving daily, you won't want to miss out on what's going on at Hyundai San Luis Obispo. And if you don't feel like coming in, we make it easy with the option to shop from home. For more information, visit HyundaiSlow.com. Mission Prep football is driven by Hyundai San Luis Obispo.
1st and 10 from the 37-yard line for the Mission Prep Royals, and that is a Mountain Air first down. Nice for game is presented by the Mountain Air. And it's your place for hiking, camping, backpacking, outdooring, car racks, car tracks, whatever you want. Check them out, Mountain Air. Not whatever you want. They don't have car tracks.
There he goes.
And Drew Harrigan out on the roll. The Drew train fired up. 10-5. Touchdown, Royals.
It was only a matter of time, Brian.
Mission Prep Royals on the board with a 37-yard scamper by the senior captain running back, Drew Harrigan, 10-19, third quarter. And that touchdown presented by KD Capital Mortgage.
Drew Harrigan always seems like Mr. Reliable when you need him.
And in for the extra point is going to be Castrovizan.
37-yard rushing score from Drew Harrigan.
Royals down a man at the line, so then getting the 11th man on the field. A substitution by the defense. Vinny Orlando in for the hold. The kick is up. Through the uprights, Mission Prep is on the board. Our score 7-0. Royals lead the Titans in in Mountain League action.
That's what the Royal fans were looking for. Big score by Drew Harrigan.
Talk about the speed that Harrigan had there once he found that open lane to take it to the barn.
I was watching the 49er game last night and making an observation with Christian McCaffrey and our Drew Harrigan. It seemed like the same type of running back. Just always puts their head down, always working. Tough, reliable. Can catch the ball, can run the ball.
And here in the third quarter, our score is 7-0. That touchdown presented by KD Capital Mortgage, helping you find all your mortgage needs for your property. Check them out, kdcapmtg.com, and they will get you set up for the right mortgage for your right needs. Thomas agrees. He's ready.
Way to go, Thomas.
He's ready to pull out a mortgage tomorrow. And boot to leather. And this one set sail. Collected at the 22-yard line. Oh. And a flag on the play. And taking the hit is Braden Reese when he took that return. And hobbling off the field is Corbin Mendez, holding his knee. That's not good.
Yeah, he don't look happy either. He's down on the ground. I wonder what this flag is all about. Oh, holding.
Holding at the spot of the foul, so a 10-yard penalty from the 32. From the 27, pushes the Titans back to the 17. The 18. Better off without the penalty. Should have called the fair catch. Took it at the 22. Would have gained 4 yards. Lowry working from the shotgun, trips out, throws it out in the flat. That pass is completed to Joseph Canales.
Drew Moreau, big hit, single tackle.
Carter Moreau with the hit for the loss of 3.
Out there on an island, wrapped him up, took him down.
So Titans are going to have the ball, 2nd and 13 on the right hash mark. Ball spotted at the 15-yard line. And this defense for the Royals is tightening up as the game goes on. Started a little slow, but they are tightening up. The offense is starting to warm up. It's a cold night here as Connor Lopez looking to get through the line. That pass complete out to the near side. And Campbell carrying it, getting back in between the sticks.
Pass complete. Number 42, Tegan Campbell on the catch.
And Tegan Campbell brings up a short, a mid third down, so 3rd and mid for the Titans. And we have 9 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Royals lead 7-0, following a 37-yard scamper by Drew Harrigan. Split receivers. Lowry fires quickly, almost intercepted. Incomplete pass. Ronnie Kardashian with his hands on it.
Always right there.
Need a little stick 'em on the gloves.
Broken up by number 22, Ronnie Kardashian. 4th down and 8.
And Kardashian knows what happened there.
I think it stuck him where we're not going to say.
In the mid to lower regions of the abdomen, Ronnie Kardashian breathing a little heavy at the moment.
Walk it off.
And we have a timeout as there is a mix-up on the offense. Not enough men on the field. Can't run an offense very well with 10 men because when you take out the quarterback, that's 9 men. You have the 5 linemen. Now you're down to 5 other men. Like you're running out of options when you have 4 men on the field. Okay, I'm doing math here. Timeout on the field. We'll take it with them. We'll be right back. Mission Prep Football continues.
is a proud sponsor of Old Mission School.
Do you want to eat where the Royals eat? Well, just because the game finishes doesn't mean there's no fifth quarter spot. And for us, it's Milestone Tavern, proud sponsor of Mission Prep High School football, located right off of Foothill with all the TVs, all the fresh drinks, and fantastic food specials every single night. Milestone Tavern is open every day and the favorite spot for our Mission Prep Royals. Milestone Tavern, go check them out.
Back under action. That's a high snap into the end zone.
Flag before the snap.
Flag before the snap.
Oh, they're so lucky.
Oh.
Offsides against Mission Prep.
You took the words right out of my mouth. Luck has nothing but luck to do with that one, huh? That snap was going to be a touchback or a safety. That's not a touchback, but a safety. And offside puts up a 4th and short. And the punt unit out once again. The word of the day for the kick return team is poison. That ball is on the ground. It becomes poison because it is a live ball once the Royals touch it, so they can't touch it if they want it down. And the Royals start with it at the 30-yard line. Can we play something else besides Eminem? Is Eminem on the contract to the stadium or something? It's all about Mom's spaghetti. You got to take your opportunity.
Yeah, I know.
I don't listen enough Eminem to quote it.
I'm trying to recall my Eminem lyrics.
Drew Harrigan out to the left side. Gets out past the hash marks. Out to the 35-yard line. That's a 6-yard carry for the senior captain.
Number 21,
Drew Harrigan.
Brought down by number 18.
Sets up a 2nd and short for the Royals.
Takes 4 Titans to take them down.
Gain of 6.
The locomotive, the Drew train is on the tracks, and it is moving the rock that needs to be moved. He should just start a construction company. Handoff to Harrigan, breaks one tackle at the line of scrimmage to gain a yard. And head coach Stephen Field talking it over with the side judge. As we have 3rd down and 3. Alfredo Figueroa coming off to the sideline. Talking it over with the defensive staff. Probably will deliver the next play in for the Titans. Royals in an I formation, receiver to each side for Thomas Glenn. Handoff to Harrigan, met at the line of scrimmage and dragging the defender Mason Bird with him across the line of scrimmage as Bird tried to wrap him up. I want to know what that feels like to your shoulder when you try to do that one-arm tackle on Drew Harrigan.
Well, especially when you got number 60, Gabe Rodriguez, as a fullback setting the hole.
Does it just literally rip your arm off the socket for a second?
I'm sure it does.
And the punt unit out again for the Royals. Only one bad punt tonight. And this punt sets sail. Fair catch called for at the 33-yard line.
He almost caught that one-handed trying to wave the fair catch.
Yeah. Hey, guys, this is a fair catch. Stop. And we have the official check-in. The man, the myth, the legend, Stephen Hodges. Checking in from Portland. Go Royals. Stephen Hodges traveling with the Cal Poly Mustangs. Playing, I believe, Portland State tomorrow. Tell me if I'm right, Stephen. Pass out.
That's incomplete.
And that is an incomplete pass. A little too hot for the hands of Kyle Thorpe.
Larry's pass incomplete. Number 16, Kyle Thorpe, the intended receiver.
And 2nd and 10 for the Titans from the 33-yard line. 6:38 here in the 3rd quarter. Clock is stopped following the incomplete pass by Blaine Lowry, the freshman quarterback. A lot of promise in this young quarterback. A lot of good traits, a lot of simple mistakes he's making that any young quarterback would make. A low snap And Lowry able to recover, pushing forward on the keeper.
Tristan Verhalis stopping him as he got to the line of scrimmage.
Champ Morrissey in on the work as well. A tremendous stop by the defense to bring up a 3rd and 8.
Nipomo seemed to be coming out cold in this 3rd quarter.
It's like
Royals looking for another stop here.
Royals setting up the Titans with a 3rd and 8. And the handoff out of the backfield.
Number 42, Tegan Campbell.
And Tegan Campbell carrying the ball for the Titans. That brings up 4th down. And once again, we see Juan Zarate come out onto the field. We've only seen one real attempt at the end zone by the Titans before they were pushed way back. Out of the red zone with a penalty. But we also see what Ron Zarate could do when he is given the ball. On the opening drive, the 4th play from scrimmage. Nozil back to return.
That was close. I was watching the back judge.
And that kick goes out of the bounds at the 29-yard line. As Zarate sends that one selling. What were you seeing over here?
The back judge was ready to pull the flag, call for delay game. They were getting a little long on there, being in their stance.
1st and 10. Don't forget about your sweater. You got to make sure it stays clean. You don't want none of Mom Spaghetti on it coming up.
Oh, geez, this song again.
Yeah. It's probably not even the right song. I'm just Eminem, you know. And
that looked like something.
Ronnie Kardashian trying to turn the corner and tighten up with a number of Titans.
Brought down by number 8, Griffin Grosshart, and number 5, Juan Zarate.
Number of Titans in there. Braden Reese, Griffin Grosshart, Juan Zarate.
It looked like his helmet got turned quick as he came around the corner.
Grosshart, a name in Nipomo history. Braden Grosshart was their quarterback, getting injured on the first game of his senior year. Finished the game with a blown out knee.
Yeah, we got a equipment problem here.
Sometimes that happens.
Yeah, blew his shoe off.
But Braden Grosshart, I was at that game, blew his knee out, finished the game, and wanted to finish the season, but they wouldn't let him. Because it was his senior year. Went on to play at Cal Poly. I don't know where he is anymore because I lose track of players once they go to college. I hate to say it because I'm stuck at the high school realm. And jump at the line of scrimmage.
There it is.
On 2nd down and 12. 4:11 on the clock.
Neutral zone infraction against Nipomo.
If you don't know,
Nipomo
you better know.
Losing
Call
a little
someone.
discipline.
4:11.
A lot of penalties for these guys.
Yeah, Nipomo shoots himself in the foot with defensive penalties. Roughing the passer. Holding. A number of penalties have hurt the Titans tonight.
A lot of offsides.
Rolling out. Glenn throws it and trying to get his hands on it. And here comes the pass interference as Drew Harrigan was trying to get his hands on it.
Flags everywhere.
Flag on the play.
It's raining flags. Hallelujah. It's raining flags.
What color is the flag going to be if we wear pink glasses? Yellow.
Yeah, they're still yellow.
Pass interference against Nipomo. Offsetting penalties.
Offsetting.
I missed the first penalty.
Might have been holding.
Holding. And we're looking at Eagles touchdown. Eagles are leading St. Joseph 21-10. Holy smokes. Did not see that score coming. 11:47 remaining in the 4th quarter. 11-point lead for the Eagles over the Knights. 2nd and 7 for the Royals here. Drew Harrigan pushing forward, trying to get to the first down marker. Comes up a yard short. It's going to be 3rd and short for the Royals.
Tackled by number 84, Joe B.
As the
Number 5, Juan Zarate.
the ball is a good yard away from the down marker.
6 on the play.
Trying to get to the 39. Ball spotted at the 38.
Drew's making some good plays. Big chunks every time he has the ball. Let's see what the Royals do on this 3rd and short.
3rd and short. I say they keep the rock and they give it to Harrigan. But Harrigan's not in on this play, so he can't have it.
There's
That's
a
Ronnie
first down.
Kardashian. First down for the Kardashian of the modern era of Royals football. Sorry, that was Drew Harrigan. I thought it was a 22 on the back there.
It's a gain of 5 on the play. Good enough for Mission Prep. First down.
First down Royals. 3rd quarter has been a charm for these guys as they come out. Each game, they started slow. 3rd quarter, it just picks up momentum, and they start putting points on the board.
2:40 on the clock here in the 3rd quarter.
Pitch.
The pitch out to Ronnie Kardashian. I got it right this time. Ronnie Kardashian across the 50 to the 45 to the 43-yard line of the Titans. That is fresh air for the Royals and a Mountain Air first down.
Mountain Air first down.
The Mountain Air located in downtown San Luis Obispo on Marsh Street in the Marsh Street Plaza, helping the novice to the experienced outdoorsman enjoy the outdoors. Been in downtown San Luis Obispo since 1975.
I got a Thule case from those guys. Still use it.
Glenn under center. Untall takes the handoff in motion, turns the corner at the 40, delivers a stiff arm, and is chased out of bounds by Corbin Mendez. And it's good to see Corbin Mendez back out on the field. We have a flag on the turf as Mendez left the field earlier, hobbling with a knee pain. Flag at the 42-yard line. They're going to issue it against the Royals.
Holding call against Mission Prep.
Oh, boy.
10-yard penalty.
Holding at the line of scrimmage. So a 10-yard penalty back to the behind the 50. It back into Royals territory to the 47-yard line. That is a huge penalty.
The 1st and 20.
1st and 20 for the Royals. 1:54 on the clock in the 3rd quarter. I'm not sure how accurate the timeouts are, but it says Nipomo only has 1 timeout left here in this contest. Drew Harrigan takes it, got some room in front of him. He's on the move. 1 man to beat, shakes the tackle. Still trying to get it. 5, touchdown Royals. Royals on the board with a 53-yard touchdown run.
He wanted that one
by
real
the
bad.
captain, Drew Harrigan. Our score, 13-0. Royals on the board once again. And I got to say, Drew Harrigan is now the front runner for our player of the game, presented by Farmers Insurance agent Jennifer White. And that touchdown and every Mission Prep touchdown presented by KD Capital Mortgage.
I believe he's got over 100 yards this game. That's another consecutive.
This is his 14th 100-yard game. Cash Trevisan in for the extra point. Orlando for the hold. The extra point through the uprights. And our score is 14-7. Mission Prep football will be right back.
Get a head start on your New Year's goals with Kennedy Club Fitness. Locations all over San Luis Obispo County. You've got classes, sauna, steam room, tub, and a heated pool. It's where I work out. It's Kennedy Club Fitness.
Mission Prep football presented by California Fresh Market and driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo. We're in the 3rd quarter with $1:29 to go in the frame. Mission Prep Royals lead 14-0 over the Nipomo Titans. And that's how we got here. 10-14 in the third quarter. Harrigan, 37 yards for the score to the left side. And then 129 here in the third quarter. Harrigan with 53 yards with a scamper up the middle, a juke to the left, into the end zone with a straight arm. And you are correct. Following that opening run early in the first half, which was a big gain across the 50, plus the 90 yards in touchdowns yardage. He's well over 100 yards. His 14th career 100-yard game for Mission Prep in his 4-year career here. And he is creeping even closer to 3,000 career yards at Mission Prep.
He's doing well. He's doing really well. I think all county. I don't know where he's gonna, if colleges are looking at him, but he certainly has a tough and grittiness. Like I said, like a Christian McCaffrey.
Thorpe letting the ball bounce.
There's
and
flag.
flags coming out of the backfield from the white hat.
Number 16, Kyle Thorpe, the return man.
Kyle Thorpe with the return, collecting it like a volleyball. That's going to be a hold. If he's positioning that flag at the spot of the foul, he held the ball. So there was a hold there at the 22-yard line as the Titans run over the flag. I feel like they're kicking it just slightly.
Yeah, it seems like the referees are facing, they're marching it towards Nipomo.
So it's going to be a hold on the return team from the 22-yard line.
Only 1:23 to go in this third quarter.
1:23 to go.
Yep.
Got an update from Stephen Hodges. Portland State versus the Cal Poly Mustangs tomorrow. Kickoff 1:02. You can catch that live on ESPN Radio 1280, The Ticket, right here in San Luis Obispo.
First and 10 for on the 12-yard line for Nipomo.
Deep into their own territory, 12-yard line. The Royals looking to shut down the Titans once again. Lowry working from the shotgun. He's going to keep it himself. Loses his balance and tied up. They're going to give him forward momentum. Gabe Rodriguez with the stop and the pickup. How about that? Here, let me take you to the ground on the tackle and then pick you back up and dust you off. That's some sportsmanship.
Way to go with the tackle, driving him into the ground. Nice on senior night.
And senior captain making some work on defense. 2-yard pickup, 2nd and 8 for the Titans here in the third quarter. 50 seconds to go. Clock continuing to run. Royals looking for their second win in league. Pass out to Thorpe from Lowry.
That was a good hit.
And Ronnie Kardashian with the stop. And it's going to be another 2-yard gain. So chipping away. We got a 3rd down and 6 now for the Titans here as we approach the last seconds of the third quarter. Titans look like they're going to work one more play into this contest in the third quarter, possibly, as they stand in the huddle. Royals eagerly await to see what happens. And they're going to let the clock run out. A very anticlimactic end to the third quarter as the Royals have come alive, leading 14-0 over the Nipomo Titans in Mountain League action here from Alex G. Spanos Stadium. We'll be right back with more Royals football on PSN TV.
At KD Capital Mortgage, we know that your home is much more than 4 walls and a roof. Your home is where dreams are born and memories are made. That's why whether you're looking to refinance your current home, purchasing your dream home, or buying an investment property, our goal is to help you take advantage of today's historically low rates and make sure you find the right loan to match your specific needs. So whatever your mortgage needs may be, the perfect loan is waiting for you, and KD Capital is here to help. Please give us a call at 805-226-5550, a proud partner of the Mission Prep Royals.
And We Will Rock You is the theme tonight here on Pink Night, First Responders Night, Senior Night. How many more themes do we have tonight? I almost called you Steven. Thomas, how many more themes do we have tonight? Pink Night, Senior Night, First Responders Night, Kevin Dolan Announcement Night.
Oh, that's, yeah. Yeah, the president is here.
The president is here. Deep fired pass.
Going long.
Look, almost gets
nice.
his paws on it. Chasing the ball down, Rubacava.
Carter Moreau with good coverage, but in and out of that guy's hands.
Carter Moreau. And I got to say, I've had luck tonight saying Mr. Moreau's name. In the first 4 contests, I've butchered it every first time I've said it. Always having to pick up on Steven's tail. But this week, I put it into the playbook as Moreau.
I saw that.
Because I kept saying it wrong, and the Moreau family deserves better. So I did a phonetic. I don't even know if it's the proper phonetic, but it works for me.
Well, I picked up on it, and it's working for me, too.
It's like Monroe, but without the N involved. Moreau. I like it. So here we go. We're waiting for.
Royals are ready for the punt.
4th down and 11. What is going on here?
Punt team.
Punt team is coming out. We should have a flag here. I really. We need to watch the back judge because this is taking a lot longer than it should have.
There he goes.
He's counting down. 3, 2. Oh, that one goes out of bounds. That is a safety. And a safety on the Titans. Our score now 16-0.
Watching that back judge waiting for a delay of game. We haven't seen one yet this game, but he's been certainly signaling for it. I don't know if the Titans saw that he was starting to initiate his arm movement.
That might have hasted the snap by the special teams up over the head of the punter, Juan Zarate. The second time we've seen that tonight. We saw that at the north end zone in the 3rd quarter when the Royals got called for a penalty, which resulted in a 5-yard advancement of the ball, a re-kick for the Titans when the ball sailed out into the end zone. So the long snapper and the punter not communicating properly.
No. The Titans are kicking themselves in the rear. You know, they just seem to be, the wheels are coming off at every chance they get.
And we'd like to remind.
They started out hot.
We'd like to remind you, coming up after the game, we announced the Farmers Insurance Player of the Game presented by insurance agent Jennifer White.
All right. Hey, did you know there was a 39th annual auction
there
on the 30th of September?
There is an auction. We'll talk about that in just a moment as we get the free kick. Not very often we see these. We only see free kicks after safeties. And the kick comes at the 20-yard line. And you can see that the Titans aren't very familiar with the free kick. And a flag for illegal procedure.
Flag before the snap.
For the Titans. It's not very often you practice a free kick in special teams practices.
No.
Because you don't anticipate safeties.
Oh, there's the flag.
So
they're bringing it back.
The coaches are talking it over. The free kick is basically a punt that's not contested by the punter.
But you can't be offsides.
But you can't be offsides. You can't get past the ball. The ball has to be released and kicked before the punt is before the line crosses the 20-yard line, which is now going to be the 15.
Let's see if any take off on before the punt's kicked.
And I got to say, part of that miscommunication, I want to put in the hands of the kicker, Zarate, as he tried to move his lineup a little farther than it needed to be. And that ball is live at the 48-yard line, picked up by the Royals. And moving the ball is going to be Jaden Nozil, and he's deep into Royals territory at the 34-yard line. And Nozil with a 18-yard return from the 48 of the Titans to the 34 of the Royals.
Jaden's waiting for a breakout moment. He wants to see some daylight here.
We should just have Eminem perform every time there's a break.
Yeah.
Just have him in the corner over there. Live from the John Madden building, Eminem. Or at least the Eminem DJ. And the snap.
Ooh,
and that's a low pass from Thomas Glenn. Chase Untall.
Second and 10.
Intended target. Brings up 2nd and 10 for the Royals from the 34-yard line. 11:37 here in the final quarter of this Mountain League contest. This is the third of 3 home games in a 3-game homestand. Next, the Royals go on a 3-game road trip, beginning with Paso Robles next Friday night.
Then down the Lompoc. Talk about the long drive. Uh-oh.
And a trip up at the line. That's no good. That's a loss of a couple for the Royals.
That's number 21, Drew Harrigan, the ball carrier.
And not very often we see Drew Harrigan make a mistake of that caliber and slipping under his own juice.
At the 36-yard line.
Last time I drove down to Lompoc, I turned the wrong way, and I was headed to Santa Barbara.
Yeah, that can happen if you don't know your way around Lompoc.
It was dark.
You end up out on Highway 1 and you're going to Santa Barbara.
Like, this isn't the way.
Untall in motion, handoff up the middle. And Harrigan trying to get those wheels of steel churning. Get back on the tracks and take it to the barn. But the real question is, do you know the way to San Jose?
Gain of 3 on the play. We'll bring up
North on 101, baby.
There we go. North on the 101. You can get off at the 280. That's the easiest way to get to downtown San Jose. Get off at the 280. 7th or 10th Street.
It's a good game. Good game so far as a Royal fan.
Royals leading 16-0 here in this Mountain League contest. 4th and 9. Royals going for it. Keeping the punt unit on the sideline. Fired over the middle. That one's a hot pass.
Oh, that's another
And that is the 3rd interception of the night. Thrown by Thomas Glenn. And pulled down at the 3-yard line. So the benefactor of this interception is that it's deep in Titans territory at the 3-yard line. And we've already seen what the Titans cannot do in their own territory.
And that's get out of it.
And that is exactly right. Get out of their own territory. Get out of their own shadow. Get out of their own way.
Yep.
And that ends up with what we've seen as a safety.
Well, for every negative, there's soon to be a positive. So let's see what happens here.
Like the
10 to go.
10:04 on the clock. Nipomo with 1 timeout remaining. They trail by 2+ scores. A quick fire pass to Thorpe. And Thorpe gains 3 yards.
Big stop by Emmerich.
Lucas Elmerick with the tackle for the Royals. 2nd and 7 for the Titans.
Gain of 3.
Titans looking for their first league win, trying to upset the Royals here. Running out of time very quickly. This Titans offense has not been one to move with speed. And needing to do so tonight. Fired over the middle. That pass is complete. And he threw into heavy coverage. Did Lowry, finding Thorpe once again.
Brought down by number 4, Vinny Orlando.
That is dangerous.
That was a big chance. He had 3 players surrounding him.
First down, Nipomo.
So Lowry playing with fire now.
Offensive line or this Royals defensive line and their outside linebackers really doing well. I mean, they're putting a lot of pressure on the receivers and also the run game.
Titans facing a 1st and 10 following that completed first down. Pass to Thorpe, pass over the middle. Got some room down this pipe. And Tegan Campbell carrying that one with the completion for another first down. And as you said, they are chipping away. 8:40 on the clock. But can you chip away fast enough with the tempo and the momentum that these Titans have been playing with? We've already seen delay of game. We've seen, a potential delay of games. The hand has come up. The count has started a few times.
Yep. It's all passing zone.
And Thorpe almost lets it go into the hands of Vinny Orlando. Well, he does let it go, but Vinny Orlando just doesn't have his head on the tripod quick enough to find it.
That just whizzed right past Jaden Oziel's head as he stepped into it a little bit. If he would have paused, he was getting ready to make a hit, but the ball deflected and went the other way.
With one timeout on the board, 8:17, that interception stops the clock. And coming to the sideline is Jake Camacho, the junior wide receiver, looking deflated. And they need an extra man in the lineup. So bringing in the call is Aiden Benson. And leaving the field is Carter Moreau for the Royals. Looks like he's having a uniform issue. 3-man front for the Royals.
Fumble.
Ball comes loose. Royals look to come up with it, and the Titans recover. Tegan Campbell jumps on his own ball.
He got lucky there. It just bounced right into his lap.
Luckily, Gabe Rodriguez was there to take the handoff himself, like he was last time there was a fumble.
These defensive linemen, they're putting a lot of pressure on these guys, even though it wasn't a good handoff. The Ferrelis brothers, Gabe Rodriguez, they're putting a lot of pressure on those 5 linemen.
Thorpe in motion. Whistles come out. And here comes the late flag.
Flag before the snap. It's a false start against Nipomo.
Nipomo with a false start. These refs have been late with the flags all game long. They'll call the whistle, stop the play, and then go like, oh, yeah, I forgot the flag.
One thing missing here.
Maybe they should tie a string to their finger so they remember.
Pointing the wrong way.
Split receivers for the Titans. Thorpe in motion. Pass out to the near side. Completed to Camacho. And Camacho met by a wall of defenders.
Armin Clayton.
And Jake Camacho trying to find some wiggle room.
Getting a little rough in the middle there.
And that's number 79, Armin Clayton. And we're going to watch this back judge here for you. You can't see him on camera, but he's standing back at the Titans' 43-yard line. He's the clock man. As the punt unit comes out once again, we see Juan Zarate for a number of punts. He's been punting well tonight. He has a good punt game going on. And Jaden Oziel takes it on the bounce like a shortstop. He's got some room in front of him. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Royals.
Jaden has been waiting for that time to come. Many opportunities, and he's been getting stopped. And fair catches. He saw that, took it on the one bounce, and took it all the way to the house.
And that is a 63-yard return for Jaden Oziel.
Good job, Jaden.
Collecting it on the bounce at the 37-yard line. Here in the fourth quarter, 6:23 or sorry, 626.
63-yard punt return touchdown from number 20, Jaden Noziel.
Deflated. And then Nipomo's. There it is.
And Cash
No good.
Trevisan with the extra point.
No good.
No good. Our score 22-0 as we escape Eminem into some EDM music, which is a little bit more enjoyable at this point. Yeah, a little German mix to it. Nine. I don't know. Thomas is laughing. See, my whole goal of every broadcast is just to make him laugh.
There you go.
If I can get me and Thomas have conversations without saying words in this entire broadcast.
Sure.
Yeah, we have a private conversation that nobody knows about.
He's got a handsome smile.
I don't know about that. Sorry, Thomas. You have a nice smile, though. I have a goofy smile. Oh, yeah, this is Ozzy Osbourne. I believe the Crazy Train. Welcome back, Mission Prep Football. 22-0. Is our score. Mission Prep in full control of this one. That's how it goes.
Kicking it to the same place.
And we didn't have a stop in action for the music playing too late.
Oh, look
and
at these
some
guys.
contact. Some contact and some tie-ups off the ball as Juan Zarate is tying up with Gabe Amata. See, now we're getting into some good music. We got some Rolling Stones now.
Yeah, there you go.
Start me up. Start me up.
It's getting a little chippy there, so Titans are throwing an extra elbow here and there.
So when Mick Jagger wakes up every morning, does he tell his nurse, "Can you start me up?"
That's Keith Richards.
No, he's just well preserved. 6:21 on the clock. We're in the final quarter.
It's passing.
All wheels are falling off the bus. This pass is deep at the 45-yard line. That pass is caught. Way to pull it in on the sideline. Benny Rubicava tracking it down from Blaine Lowry.
Carter Moreau playing catch up with that one.
And officially knocked out of bounds at the 43-yard line of the Royals, moving into Royals territory. At this point in the contest, I think you're just playing for glory and getting into the end zone.
6:13 to go.
You don't want two back-to-back shutouts in the Mountain League contests. It doesn't set you up for next week. And taken down on the quarterback keeper, Xavier Wiseman and Tristan Ferrales.
There you go. The Ferrales brothers putting pressure.
And we have a final score out of the Mountain League. Arroyo Grande knocks off St. Joseph 28-10. So as I said, those league standings can be shooken up very quickly.
Any Friday night.
Any Friday night. So the Royals looking to stay on top as Thorpe takes the handoff in motion. Gets outside on the left, quickly pulled out of bounds. And Carter Moreau making the stop.
He seems to be everywhere tonight.
And Carter Moreau making the tackle at the 36-yard line, bringing up a 3rd down and 3 for the Titans.
Another solo tackle.
5:15 on the clock. We're running. So at the end of the night, we're going to have at the top of the standings right now, Arroyo Grande. Pass over the middle or over to the left, complete at the hash mark. And Lucas Elmer trying to make the stop. And John Schultz trying to shake the defenders because he just got claustrophobic there. Like, get off me. I need some air.
Lucas wasn't going to take any of that. It was just right over his shoulder. Surprised he didn't have a hand on that ball. Royals linemen, defensive linemen and linebackers are really doing an outstanding job tonight, putting a lot of pressure on.
Four-man front for the defense, and right up the middle looking for some room is Campbell. Campbell getting out to the 24-yard line. A nice second down as the Titans, again, doing what they did in the first quarter, driving the ball well, but can they close this one out once they get to the end zone, Kevin?
It's like bookends. Started out well, maybe ending well, but it's a loss definitely for them. They're not going to.
Yeah, they need the middle of this game has gotten blurry for the Titans. As you see, it's a perfect example.
Wheels came
started
off.
well, finished well.
Nice catch.
And that pass
Nice
over the
pass.
middle, throwing into coverage, and that pass complete to John Schultz. His second pass completed on this drive.
And he was covered. He had two people around him.
First and goal for Nipomo.
Into the red zone, first and goal from the 7.
If they score here, this is all about pride.
Looking for a Lompoc Paso score tonight. Handoff up the middle. Campbell once again with the ball.
Brought down by number 79, Armin Clayton.
And that's the big Clayton stopping the ball.
Gain of 2 on the play. Second and goal.
And
Clayton's
3:05.
Clayton's a junior, too.
Royals trying to get the stop here. Timeout Royals, as they want to get this stop. Royals get the stop, take the timeout to get the stop. We'll take timeout with them. Mission Prep football continues.
We take this Mission Prep break to tell you about our friends at Gino's Pizza on Monterey Street in San Luis Obispo. They're open daily, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Give them a call if you're hungry right now, 805-752-1333. Now, why is Gino's unique? Well, they're a classic neighborhood family pizzeria known for distinctive pizza crusts, farm-fresh products, premium quality ingredients, and friendly service. At Gino's Pizza, they believe that pizza is one of, if not the only, heartwarming, mood-soothing, create-a-party ambiance anywhere, anytime, comfort foods. Get down to Gino's Pizza on Monterey Street in downtown San Luis Obispo. And tell them the Royals sent you.
Welcome back. 2nd and 4. 2nd and goal for the Titans. Hand off to Campbell once again. Tegan Campbell pushing forward in the scrum. Looking to get in the end zone. They're going to call him down at the 1 hairline.
He looks short, but by a foot.
The ball, the nose of the ball is going to be on the goal line. 2:30 on the clock. And if this score is correct on Paso Robles Max Prep site, they're going to fall in Mountain League action. 45-11, or 14 right now is the score. And into the end zone.
Touchdown, Titans.
Titans score with 2:13 on the clock.
It took all 11 players to push that kid in.
Blaine Lowry, the quarterback, with a 1-yard keeper. Our score 22-6, awaiting the extra point. So at the end of the night, Kevin, we have 2 teams at top of the Mountain League. It's going to be the Arroyo Grande Eagles and the Mission Prep Royals at 2-0. Paso Robles and St. Joseph in league play 1-1. 2-point conversion shut down as Tegan Campbell carrying the ball. So our score 22-6. And then that is the top of the top 4 teams here in the Mountain League, Kevin.
Well, Royals are going to meet the Eagles in 2 weeks, and that should be a showdown in Arroyo Grande.
So, Eagles and Royals 2-2, or 2-0 in league. The Lompoc Braves, the Rigetti Lompoc Braves, and the St. Joseph Knights, and the Rio Grande. The Paso. Let me start over here. I'm getting myself mixed up. St. Joseph Knights, Paso Robles Bearcats, the Lompoc Braves are all going to be 1-1. And we just got to know. We got to find out this. Also got to find out this game of the Rigetti and San Ynez. So we're still digging into this as we have time left on the clock. 2:13 here at Mission Prep Football on PSN TV, presented by California Fresh Market and driven by Hyundai San Luis Obispo.
I expect an onside kick here. They're not going to give it to the Royals.
2:13 on the clock. You're right. It could be an onside kick.
They're all set up for it. The Royals are set up for it. Got
So-
the hands up at the line.
Another scoring update from the Mountain League. And here comes the onside kick. And that's going to be an offsides on the on the kicking team.
Yes, it was.
Because the ball did travel 10 yards.
Kick was recovered by number 21, Drew Harrigan.
Harrigan with the touch on the recovery, but we're going to come back with that one. So here we are, scoring-wise, around the Mountain League, unofficial. We have a final 28-10. Arroyo Grande beat St. Joseph. Lompoc is up over Paso Robles 45-14 in the fourth quarter. Rigetti and San Ynez tied 21-21 in the fourth quarter.
Wow.
So we're gonna walk out of here with two teams tonight 0-2, two teams 2-0, and four teams 1-1 in the Mountain League.
It's starting to tighten up a little.
Still plenty of games to be played. We're halfway through the season after tonight.
I'm surprised.
So
that
5
San Ynez
games
is
on the
0-1, but they played Paso. That didn't go all the way.
No, they played us last week.
That didn't.
Sorry. I thought you were saying that didn't go all the way. San Ynez played us last week, and that one did not travel 10 yards. So that is another penalty. And we just want this game to kind of wind down now. It's past Kevin Dollin's bedtime. Do you know the way to San Jose, Mr. Bowden? I like his answer. Follow Google Maps. Don't follow Apple Maps. They'll get you lost.
He's going there tomorrow.
What will you do in the moment? Will you conquer it? Or will you let it slip through your fingers? It's mom's spaghetti.
Is that what it is?
I prefer rigatoni. A jump at the line.
There it is again.
And Ronnie Kardashian going in motion.
Neutral zone infraction against the Titans. 1st and 5.
That defense stepping on their own toes again. 1st and 5. Still 2:13 on the clock. And the student section loving this "you can't do it" chant. Kardashian once again in motion. Handoff out of the backfield to Miles Thompson.
6, Miles Thompson, the ball
The
carrier.
freshman getting some play in the backfield. Always good to give a new guy some fresh looks. Miles Thompson, a 5'9" freshman, 178 pounds.
Only freshman on the varsity squad today.
I always enjoy when a roster actually tells you a good actual weight instead of looking down the roster and coaches going like, oh, he's 180, he's 170, he's 210, he's 220. Like, are all your guys just round numbers, like nice even round numbers? There's nobody that weighs like 211 or 212. But if you look down the roster for Mission Prep, we got a 158, a 171, a 168, 205. That's cruiserweight. 1:15 on the clock. And we're in victory formation as we take the knee from Thomas Glenn.
Number 14, Thomas Glenn with the knee. Loss of 1.
Brings the ball back once again.
22-6 with 54 to go, running clock.
The clock is in motion. We're waiting for the back judge. Once we get into the proper frame, he's going to raise his hand here in a second. We'll let you know when he does. His hand goes up. We're in the 5 seconds. And they take the knee. And we're in game. That is the end of the contest. They're going to spot the ball, but it does not need to be spotted once again. As we wait for the official time to run out, our score 22-6. Mission Prep Royals capture the win over the Nipomo Titans, improving. Excuse me, that is a touchdown graphic. That's not what I wanted. Improving to 2-0 in the Mountain League. 4-1 overall. Thomas Bowden has to hit the road. He's got a big day in front of him. Have a great day, Thomas. We'll see you next time. I'll see you in 4 weeks, Thomas. Enjoy your trip. And we'll be right back with our post-game show, Mission Prep Football, presented by California Fresh Market and driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo.
California Fresh Market is more than just your local grocery store. A full-service deli featuring premium boar's head meats and cheeses, handmade take-and-bake pizza, fresh salad and olive bar, gourmet cheese department perfect for any occasion, sushi rolled daily, organic and locally sourced produce, wild-caught seafood, choice Prime and Snake River Farms American Wagyu beef, artisan sourdough bread, and full-service health and wellness. California Fresh Markets, the best on the Central Coast.
Hyundai San Luis Obispo is proud to support Mission Prep football this fall at 1407 Auto Park Way in San Luis Obispo. Come check out our Hyundai Getaway Sales event. With new inventory arriving daily, you won't want to miss out on what's going on at Hyundai San Luis Obispo. And if you don't feel like coming in, we make it easy with the option to shop from home. For more information, visit HyundaiSlow.com. Mission Prep Football is driven by Hyundai San Luis Obispo.
Welcome back to the Mission Prep postgame show. Thomas Bowden has left the building, just like Elvis Presley. He's got bigger and better things to sell on. I'm here with Kevin Dolan. Kevin, our game tonight, 22-6. Our Mission Prep Royals, your Mission Prep Royals, the Mission Prep Royals, improved to 2-0 in the Mountain League, along with the Arroyo Grande Eagles, the only two teams 2-0 in the Mountain League. Okay. Cool. Playing light games with us. We can work in the dark.
Okay.
As long as we still have power and we're still live, I'm happy. We can work in the dark, as they've turned lights out on us in the press box. Mission Prep Royals, again, they improved to 4-1 through 5 games in this season, along with the Rio Grande Eagles, 5-1, 2-0 in the Mountain League. It's going to be a long run down the stretch as we have a gauntlet in front of us of teams coming up, Kevin, in this Mountain League. As we hit the road for 3 games, we're still go back to this game at hand, but we're going to talk about the future for a second. As we hit the road for a 3-game road trip, Paso Robles getting lit up tonight by Lompoc. That's our next contest next Friday on the road at Paso Robles from War Memorial Stadium. And then we travel to Lompoc for another tough contest, and then we're at Arroyo Grande. So three tough contests in a row. It's a tough gauntlet. And though Paso Robles may not put up a lot of points, there are a lot of big boys with a lot of big hitting.
Well, from last year, there was a running back that was just crazy. He was a big cat, and he was putting up some big numbers last year. Paso is always tough. Paso is always tough at home. I'm sure Lompoc is tough at home because you have to drive that far into Santa Barbara County from here. And what do we got next? After that is the Rio Grande Eagles. So Rio Grande and Mission, they're always a rival game of some sort. But the Bearcats, they're at home. And I'm sure that they'll be a tough match for those guys.
They will be. They will be a tough match. But tonight, we're getting trolled by a fake person online saying we're a joke. But I don't care because I know what I'm doing is good. And that is a fake account. And I don't hate that because you know what? They had to like the page. They had to subscribe in order to make that comment. So
there you go.
Jokes on them.
Hey, this is my first time doing this, so.
No, you're doing a good job. You're doing a good job.
The joke's on me.
They just put anybody behind the mic. Well, why don't you come behind the mic, buddy? We'll give the mic to you. We'll give you an opportunity. Let's see how good you can do it.
Yeah, I got to see the football game from up at the press box.
Yeah, this guy making a joke. Yeah, I hope you're having a good time, buddy. We love you, too. We're doing the best we can here at Alex G. Spanos Stadium. The difference between you and I is we're here and he's not. I'm done hackling the haggler. Let's talk about your Mission Prep Royals tonight. Kevin, it started in the third quarter after a scoreless first half. 10-14 on the clock. Drew Harrigan punches it in for 37 yards out. He makes it a 7-0 ball game in the third quarter, and then 53 yards out late in the third quarter. 14-0 Royals lead, and then the Royals defensive pressure comes in on special teams, creating the safety. And the safety results in a 16-0 ball game. And then Ozil lights it up from deep on the punt return, 63 yards, extra point, no good. Our score 22-0. And then late on a 1-yard keeper from the goal line, Blaine Lowry gets in from 1 yard out, making it a 22-6-yard game, 2-point conversion. No good for the Titans. Our final score here from Mustang Memorial Field at Alex G. Spanos Stadium, 22-6. Mission Prep Royals improve to 2-0 in the Mountain League, 4-1 overall. The Nipomo Titans fall to 0-2 in the Mountain League, 2-3 overall. And it is now time for our player of the game, presented by Farmers Insurance agent Jennifer White. And Farmers Insurance Jennifer White has been serving San Luis Obispo, helping residents select the best home and auto coverage to protect their property and belongings. Book your appointment today with Farmers Insurance agent Jennifer White by calling 805-548-8530. And Thomas gave us one last good deed before he left the building. He counted the votes. The votes are in. There's no hanging chads. There's no lost melon ballots. They haven't removed any voting systems from our press box tonight, so we have the correct vote.
It was a hand count.
It was a hand count, and we counted it twice to make sure it was accurate.
Right.
Because there was only 3 people involved. And the player of the game tonight, for the multiple second, I think it's his second, possibly third time this season, I'll have to go back and check, is going to be senior captain Drew Harrigan. He's the one that got the Royals on the board, not once, but twice, to open this game up to give the offense and defense some breathing room down the stretch to collect the win.
I agree. And another 100-yard game.
Yeah, 100-yard game. His 14th of his career.
14th. So, yeah.
14th 100-yard game of his career. And if you look at his touchdowns, adding 2 more to his total, currently sitting at 34 all-time in his totals.
He's a stud. He's
So-
the workhorse of this team. They have a lot of other outstanding players. And from Ronnie Kardashian to Chase Untall to Luke Terry, newcomer coming on, Maverick Bright, unfortunately got injured, but he did have one catch, and he did look pretty good. Played a little defensive line. I think they just kept him out of the game just to make sure he was okay.
Yeah, so the Royals are going to be back in action next week right here on PSN TV, Friday night on our YouTube channel. Join us. And here comes the train, set and sail.
The Drew train.
The Drew train in action.
Has left the building.
As the Royals have left the building. Our final score, 22-6. Coming up Wednesday, we'll have the Coaches Show on PSN TV. David Schuster will be joining me for another edition of the Coaches Show before I pack my bags and set sail for Sin City, Las Vegas. Here I come. The bright lights of Tinseltown. Oh, that's Hollywood.
You're bringing your car?
I'm bringing my car, going to Las Vegas for a car show.
Yeah.
Had it buffed out this week, getting it pinstriped Monday. And then we're going to take it out to Vegas and...
You putting it on the trailer?
We're going to put it on, possibly put it on a trailer. I might end up driving it out there because I'm crazy enough to just do something like that with a classic car.
That's a 6+ hour drive, baby.
Yeah, but I got nothing to do with my Thursday but drive. So whether that or I'm driving a truck and trailer, whether driving the car, it's still a 6-hour drive.
Well, you got to get there somehow. So
I got to get there somehow.
I would put it on the trailer.
I'm trying to.
Yeah.
But if that falls through, we're still going.
Okay.
So we'll be back next week. Stephen Hodges, Alex Klepper on the mic. Appreciate you joining us. Stay tuned.